And welcome back to our Terra series. We have a lot to cover. But where we last left off,
and uncover.
I told you that the shopkeeper was going to reveal exactly what these two arrows do. They're known as well. He gives kind of an orcish name for it, and you try to translate it, and the closest thing to a translation would be the walloping arrows.
And Cat looks at you like, that's some cool shit.
And so the arrows themselves, when they hit their target, the target, unless they're a particularly strong or well-balanced individual, will get knocked on their ass.
Okay.
So there's a certain strength save that they have to do with a certain DC, and we'll get to that when we get to that.
So you can knock someone prone with an arrow.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, it's like Green Arrow's punching arrow.
I mean, yes.
The most useless arrow, but the greatest. Sorry.
Except this arrow also does damage. Like it's an actual sharp arrow.
Looney Tunes level, it rolls up, stops, the front pops off, he boxes blood pops out and punches him in the face.
Time.
So
go ahead and roll your Arcana check. For your little alchemy test, but while you're doing that, Ferg, the thing that you notice as your so first of all, the orcs have sort of delegated a certain area on the outskirts of Kos that are basically for your camping needs. It's a decent spot. It's not the best, but it's what they're willing to offer you. There are actual there's about 7 to 8 orcs that are watching you constantly. And while you're sort of congregating there and setting up your camp and and all that stuff, talking to Liddy and all those folks, Lady July. There's something that you notice about your blade in particular. That your blade, red pencil is the blade is actually starting to look a very weird hue of green.
Like iridescent, shimmery poison green.
Do you inspect it?
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay, so as you're touching your blade, you
don't lick it.
As you're touching your blade, you realize that you take your finger and you run it down the metal portion of the blade.
Yeah.
And you realize that there is a thin layer of moss that is growing on your blade.
Tiny moss.
Moss or more like, is it more like sticky like slime mold, or it's like soft mossy green, that greeny mildew?
It's a very, very immature. I mean, here's the thing. At this point, you can't tell.
It's a
green sort of a growth that's happening on your blade. That if you were to run your finger across, I mean, you see the. I mean, you pierce it to the point where now you can see the steel color again. But regardless, a lot of the metal on the blade is this sort of greenish growth is forming around it.
Huh.
And
we're a little irritated because it's interfering with the paint job.
Totally fair. Farron, you also noticed that on the heads of your arrows.
Ferg's gonna walk over to the nearest guard and sit down and offer a snack and pull out the red pencil and be like, do you know what the fuck this is?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
What do I feel like this is their way of peace tying us?
17.
The only thing that you get out of the guard is, so first of all, do you speak Orcish?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We just established that.
Yeah.
So the only thing you get out of the guard is the guard says, is the way of the Kashar.
Is it gonna damage this? Am I gonna have to make a new one?
He walks away.
Farron's
Fuck.
like, is Farron's there for this?
Fisher, I love when I hear Fisher
Yeah.
react to things.
Why not?
I think Farron's just like, it's gonna be okay.
It's
With like fanboy
Wait,
hearts in
point
his
of
eyes.
order.
generally
Are all of Farron's arrows doing that, or
things-
the ones he had before?
growing on metal are bad for the metal.
Oh, good question. So all of Farron's arrows are doing that because the ones that were given to, traded, all of those arrows are designed to not have metal arrow tips. They're actually sharpened wood.
Oh, so they are not.
Just your old
glowing?
arrows are, is what
Just
you're
the
saying.
old ones are?
What do you mean glowing?
Well, with
You said they had moss on
the
them.
moss.
Well, they're not glowing, they're green.
The
Yeah.
green.
They're not like
They're
shiny,
greening.
lit up.
Your arrows that you brought into the Kashar Forest that have a metal
Oh,
arrow tip,
uh-huh.
those are the ones that are doing it. The ones that you've been given by the orcs do not do that because they do not have metal tipped arrows.
Oh, gosh, I have
Is
to keep track
there
of some
sand in the
arrows.
area?
Sand?
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, there's gonna be fire pits, so like something close.
sure.
So we're gonna. So I mean, most of this thing is cast steel, and you like there's just a cast wrought iron, and there's just a steel blade attached.
Mhm.
So we're gonna scrub the whole thing down.
By the way, the iron is also.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's why I was like, it's ruining the paint job. So we're gonna scrub the whole thing down with sand.
Right.
Does this come back visibly, or like in a short amount of time, or like?
We'll get to that when we get to that.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's anything else that I see that's like metal in like that's commonly used or
Oh,
Protozoic or
like in the village? If there's anything that appears to be metal.
Does my sword do that?
My chastity belt do that?
Where did you get the sword?
I've had it
Time
since like
has-
I was in the
time
Kashar
has not
Forest.
just-
Definitely not.
Like it came out of the forest with me. I got it from my people, I guess. But it is metal. It's like a short sword. But my darts and quarterstaff aren't metal.
Correct. Your sword does not do that.
But the dirk I got does. I'm
However, your sword is minorly enchanted, in the sense that when the moon comes out full, your sword emits 15 feet of light.
guessing. Cool.
It reflects moonlight. It's a mirror.
is the iron tome growing stuff?
Oh, damn.
Yes, it is.
So I just want
Rub
to
that bug.
perceive
No,
if
experiment.
there's anything that is like treated in this particular way.
You don't
like,
need you don't need to roll a perception check to see that there is very, very, very little metal that you've seen. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say that you've seen zero
Okay.
metal inside in the whole of cost.
I'm just seeing if there's like a way that they. If there's like a protectant that they put on.
I mean, the answer is you don't know because you haven't seen anything metal from an orc aside from Keth's sword. Is anyone wearing any metal armor?
Nope.
Nope.
Not
And
even.
we would have been keeping our stuff
Not even
oiled
studded leather?
anyway, so just
I
in
have
general.
studded leather armor.
The studs on your armor are also kind of overgrowing.
You
with
look real
this,
punk,
with
but
this
green.
green growth.
Sounds cool.
So I propose that, I mean, like, there's got to be something like waxy around or sappy around that we can coat any of our metal that's having this effect. Like, it's not preferable because it might be a little tacky, but like, there's definitely some kind of coating, waterproof coating that we can.
Can I roll to
Solid
see if I
ranger
know what
thing.
would do
Yeah.
something?
And I like
Or
your,
Michaux,
your
would
sand
either of us
scrub.
know what?
You don't need to
method.
roll
Yeah, well,
to
let's just get
know
off
that
that
there's
for a
nothing
second, 'cause,
that's going to stop this effect.
And then we'll
I
just
oil
put
the blade.
Do
but
I
don't
think it's
oil
gonna,
the
like,
cast
ruin
iron
their
'cause it's
stuff?
painted.
Yes, eventually, not
almost
right away,
like a moisture
but
retardant
eventually.
all over everything.
You know,
that we
any
need to.
any
Cover
fastidious
everything with
wielder could
Beeswax?
stave off,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, these effects to a certain degree.
Does it go away during the daytime?
No.
Like, so it'll keep growing.
Yes.
So I basically just tell them that, like, nothing will help stave this off. Eventually it will corrode your weapons down, but if you're fastidious with keeping them clean and well-oiled, you can keep it at bay, hopefully, in order to keep your stuff before you can get out of the Kashar.
Oh, yeah.
What was your
But it will ruin it if
what
you're
was
not careful.
Your,
Question: Can
yes.
I have
We'll learn to live without
advantage since we convinced this
really
this
need them?
orc
Yeah.
of the village to help?
no.
This one can rip something apart with his bare
You
hands.
convinced the orc
It's
to actually
true.
use his
No, we
equipment.
Gotcha.
Quarterstaff or
Then
anything.
As a matter of
good.
fact,
Enjoy
the orc is not only not helping, so the
Bone
orc is
spear.
standing there watching you work.
Mhm.
Almost like, a group of dudes standing around the one guy that's working on the car, and occasionally they'll be like, no, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Oh, well, you should have thought of that. Oh, yeah.
The
Like,
fucking peanut gallery.
yeah, it's a peanut gallery, but it's you get the sense that the orc kind of wants to see like what you got.
I'm cool with that. So then 18.
Okay,
Got all the time in the world.
so what are you trying to answer? Give me a little something.
Trying to look at this from like a sciencey standpoint, but also like a magic-y sciencey standpoint, right? So it's like some levels of the question has been asked that this genus of fungus that we know, like the Cantharella, is acting more like this other one in terms of a parasitic nature, which is not true to itself. Correct? Typically.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So I am looking for, like, on a more sciencey level, confirming that this is that type of fungus, right? So we're like, arcanely crafting some different like lenses with my, with ice, and like looking at like the cellular structure, so making like kind of primitive like microscopes to kind of look deeper. I'm combining that with like detect magic and arcane elements to it.
Mhm.
So like we're looking to confirm that that is that type of mushroom, and then see what magical alterations there might be within that from what is sort of like known and like kind of a standard, to see like if there's some other influence occurring. It may not be specifics, right? But kind of see that piece.
This is what you get from that check. You're experimenting on the thing that you expelled from you, or
No. So that kind of took a chunk of like spent inspiration to like grab a bite out of
Right,
do
right.
some things last
Got it.
time.
So, and that was the
Ugh.
okay.
The teeth scraping.
So the
Yeah.
so
Well
and,
played.
Spit it
and
into a file.
and that's what you're experimenting on
Uh-huh.
solely, right? Is that thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't think I kept the thing that came out of me because
you burned it with fire like
Yeah,
1,000
fuck
times.
yeah, you turn it into glass.
No. I was
essentially.
100% not okay with that.
And then
thing.
shattered the glass.
Thank you.
And then buried the shattered glass.
Still angry at that.
So
But now I'm sciencing it, so I feel better.
so
Mhm.
so the answers that you come up with is that this is in fact some kind of a fungal specimen from the Corticeala tribe.
Hmm.
And this is the tribe that tends to sort of be parasitic in nature, that latches onto like woods and other creatures, and tends to sort of like, take control over them in a sense. And
Is there elements of the Cantharella at all?
no.
Okay.
No, there is 0% of any element.
Any other element besides that?
There's no crossover from your point of view, right?
Mm-hmm. So during this process, since I've got the fucking peanut gallery, I am also narrating. I am wizard-splaining to this fucking person that's watching over my shoulder, like showing them how good I am at my job, like, and also making sure that they bear witness to whatever I show.
I'm assuming in Gnomish.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, which is actually the perfect language to talk about mushroom science, because the gnomes are all into that shit.
Language goes into a lot of specificity.
They have a
around
lot of words for mushrooms
codes.
in the different
They do.
Like, that's probably why I know gnomish, because it is a mushroom science language. Just saying.
And
So I get a witness because I know you need peer review for your science.
And you can tell that this particular orc is, rather impressed by your work.
Roll to see how impressive you are.
I'm just kidding. It was an 18.
Yeah,
it was an 18.
It was 18, yeah.
Swing.
And
Pretty impressive.
And
Master's level, not
the
doctorate.
the peanut gallery sort of nods in affirmative acknowledgement.
We may need you to act witness to our results if we are questioned as a good scientist.
I will be a witness.
Awesome.
This cannot stay in my establishment, however.
No problem. I take my findings, I put it into a nice, time, organizes it very well, as best as possible. She confirms, does this make sense? The pages in the right order?
Not now, but it will.
It will, absolutely. But we need to find your mom. I find you, wherever you are, hanging out somewhere.
You need to find my mother.
Or you should take us to your mom.
They've made it clear that they would wish to speak only to me or Michaux. Not out of any ill will towards you all, but more as a show of solidarity with her people. She would like to trust you, but I think it'd be better if I take it to her.
Totally fine. Turns out I have a witness that's one of your people. You should take so-and-so, the NPC, Alchemist Druid. I don't know if we ever got a name out of them, but...
You never did.
You weren't supposed to tell.
Yep. I don't know. I asked them if they could be a witness. They said yes. So they can explain how they became a witness, but they're going to be a witness. I explained to you the results, being look, this is the things that attacked us is 100% Cantharella. Not Cantharella, the other one. The Cortikiala.
So somehow we ate a Cantharella. And
somehow you stuffed it.
No, okay, we stuck a Cantarella in our mouth because it was delicious.
Didn't you say that the Corticola are telling your people against us, against outsiders?
So is that why they attacked us?
So we don't know, but either way, during the attack, we heard Theron confirmed that the voices we were hearing was from the Cantharella, but yet this thing is showing 100% Cortikiala. Doing okay with these names right now.
And you got those specimens from the twiggy blights
directly from the ganglia.
Yeah, ganglia.
She's getting real sciencey on this thing right now.
Okay.
And so this person can confirm that. But either way, it's likely that these are the things that are running attacks of your people, perhaps that are unseen. There may be some other subterfuge happening here.
You think the Corticali tribe is against my people?
Entirely possible, or they're part of the corrupting agent.
So the Corticali were those things that tried to kill me. I almost died.
All of us, but
yes.
Yeah, you were closer than the rest of us.
And also remember that when
Ramog
when Ramog speaks of the visions, they have the visions with a certain tribe in mind. And it's not like that tribe is giving them visions. It's that symbol means something to them, almost like if you were to draw a certain tarot card and you see the king with the sword, that kind of thing, and then that's a symbol of something that
right. So it's not like
meaning.
This is specifically talking to them.
Correct.
But we did just have them maliciously attack.
Also correct.
All of us.
Yeah.
Including orcs. So yeah, I'm basically gonna go in and take the science guy with me, and if Ramog will see both of us.
Ramog will only see you.
Okay.
Have them as a backup.
Yeah.
In the waiting room in case they need confirmation.
You can stay in the enter room and we'll go in.
The antechamber. Which is just outside because probably just one room.
Yeah.
You can stay in the foyer. You mean outside? Yeah.
So sit on the log.
So
So basically I just explained that to her.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep
it's super confusing.
I'm gonna keep this short. Ramog says, "This is fascinating, but the tribe will be able to hear you clearly and fully if you gain their trust."
Yeah, but I already gave you a quest.
This quest is of utmost importance.
Yes, understand. I just wanted you to have all the information before we left. I feel like not communicating is how whole tribes die.
appreciate you.
transparency.
Mm.
I appreciate you.
My friends have accepted your quest, and we will be leaving in the morning.
Can I just say it's a little like, yeah, that's nice. Go clean your room from your mom. Like,
Yeah.
Because that's what it was.
like, but I really need to tell you about this really important thing.
Yes, that's okay, but
We
there's a
spent
green
all day
dragon.
doing science.
Yeah, I asked
Sure
you to
did.
do something.
Sure you did.
Excuse me?
So-
Efficiency.
But Mom, the house is on fire. But I asked you to clean your room. Fine.
Do you want your room to burn dirty?
Yeah, exactly.
I like
That
that.
was a little too real.
Yeah.
Damn. Getting hard.
Sorry for
so we're gonna like leave in the morning, kind of idea. Like we're
Basically, what I mean, it sounds like we were getting kind of into late in the day. So,
Yeah.
Not to split hairs, but I want to do one more.
Do you wanna
before I
go-
leave.
What you need?
So
we go gather
you know,
mushrooms.
no, I like see my studded leather armor, like you know, it's affected by this, and like, I just want to make friends with. I mean, I want to like create a greater connection. That was a nice slip. With my new connection person, not friend, but see if
Associate.
the person that I bartered with, if they have like, I kind of want to wear what orcs wear. Like, I kind of want to I want to get into the Kashar Forest. Like, I want to. I mean, I'm a ranger. Like, I want to wear what they wear in the Kashar. Like, that makes sense to me. So, is there any sort of like lightweight version of that I can like trade in? Maybe my interesting.
So you go back.
Armor?
You explain that to the orc.
Yeah, and I think I explained it in a way that's like, this obviously is not working here. Obviously, like I want to be in the Kashar
I'm stuck here, kind of.
intelligently,
Yeah.
and this is hilarious. Like, make me not hilarious is essentially.
Go
what
ahead.
I'm-
Make
look
a,
like a fool.
Make,
Yeah,
make a
exactly.
persuasion check at a disadvantage.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Oh, I have a thing.
Do you get to add your
Your persuasion bonus.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely, but to the lower number.
11?
So the orc says, "Well, it looks like the Kashar is trying to teach you a lesson. I would counsel you to allow it to teach that to you.
Mm.
Be on your way."
Okay.
Mm.
He like mopes out. Okay, that's all.
Yeah. And he said it respectfully, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
Also, it was kind of like a.
So also during the night, quote unquote, which is also lasts a really long time in this world, Time wants to find whatever their version of it. I mean,
We can leave before first light.
Time's doing some astronomy because we're up at this really fantastic plateau with a really great view that's at an elevation. We have a better angle of horizon. She is reacquainting her sense of time because she's looking at the stars and kind of grounding herself in space. Saying that in terms of like where and when she is, but also like this is the first time she's got like a above the canopy a good view of the stars where they are and kind of like figuring out where we are, when we are, and like also really just enjoying this beautiful sky. Like, which is like seeing the multiple moons that are out there, the big bright like day moon, which is telling us we're on day 4 of the week. So it's getting pretty close, like towards the end of the evening. You see it rise, so it's close to like full again, which is like the beginning.
Yeah.
It's good. I like,
Time absolutely gets oriented.
bam. It's weird. It's rare.
The next morning,
I
you
need
all prepare for your journey.
Was this a long rest?
This is a long rest,
Yeah.
for sure.
There are things that I forgot are happening. So
You wake up, and anything that is metal or steel is definitely growing more of that sort of green algae or sort of whatever it is.
Eukaryotic.
It's not affecting your weapon negatively yet.
Mine?
Yours is not growing that.
Just the little dagger that I have now.
Just a little dagger, which you and
Well,
fastidiously
Lucy's
clean.
covered in metal armor. Just throwing that out there.
Actually, no. Lucy never had armor.
No.
on
Oh,
at
I
all.
just figured because she's a cleric. They're always wearing like
Well,
plate.
I mean, her stats do say she has plate, but I figured when we were in the Sky Spectre, it would just be inappropriate for her to be like piloting
walking
a
around.
ship in like plate armor. It just
Yeah.
seemed weird.
So, Berg,
Are we taking them with us?
we have to.
Not so.
Not
As a matter of fact, Lucy insists that she stay here.
Okay, cool. Berg wakes up a little bit earlier than everybody else. And is going to try and go find 2 appropriate rocks. One that's granite, one that's flint. And try something that they've only read about, which is making a stone axe, which Ferg's never done before. So like, I just want to get like one good hit with like a sharp shard.
Okay, so here's what I'll say: is this is going to be a survival check, but you all are going to be traveling a great many days.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be actually many opportunities for you to do this. And so to translate that into the great many opportunities that you have, you're going to roll 1 survival check. And you're going to roll at advantage.
Okay.
This is to signify like the number of days that you are traveling. Michaux, traveling with you, you know not only the best routes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But this is that one kind of rare opportunity in the Kashar Forest for you to travel unimpeded through Michaux's sort of guidance. So between here and there, it's going to be about 9 days travel. Roll your survival check at advantage. Oh yeah, and then of course you're resetting your thing. Yeah. Totally.
Basically, when you retell me like it's a new day, I'm just doing that.
And nothing happened, so all of our exhaustion is gone.
Yes, all of your exhaustion is gone.
I don't think
Oh, I forgot about that.
I had 3 levels. That's what I was asking.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Because you ate the thing.
Because I was trying to help.
Everyone's like, "Why is your
That's
friend so
correct.
pale?"
Oh,
Right.
It was so well cocked.
They read a lot of books. They should get out.
Don't get cocky now.
Survival 12.
You do not find the necessary components to make the axe that you're wanting. And now I would like, so let's see.
It's there. I'll give you
Farron?
my weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And-
I mean, Ferg is like definitely like cleaning everything with sand every day, but it's
Right.
like, okay, the Kashar Forest is trying to eat my metal stuff. I know that people used to make stone blades. Like, I'm gonna keep rolling on this until I learn how to make a fucking stone blade.
That's fair.
We also have a method,
That's fair, but
and we're team working this.
but in the 9 days, you don't necessarily find anything.
Because it's really hard to teach yourself how to do it.
Go ahead
move.
and roll an intelligence check. You can add your proficiency bonus to that, you too, to kind of keep your equipment better maintained.
Can I assist with this in terms of
How do you?
I mean, like an important level, like any way of like, I mean, they're already rolling, but
Well, hold on a second. Don't. Everybody, just stop. Did you roll yet?
Collaborate and
Yeah.
listen.
Okay, I'm.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm
They
I'm
roll.
actually just gonna say keep the rules because that's the rules.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I got a 20 on that.
Okay,
nice.
and
It's not important.
great.
Ferg's been taking care of Farron's weapons.
So, so I will say that Farron probably has a bit more faith in the fact that the metal will hold, over the reality that the metal has actually like corroded. So the studded leather is now AC 1 less. So your AC is now 1 less.
Instead of leather, it's just now leather.
It's just leather.
It's just leather.
Kashar's just teaching me a lesson.
lesson.
You guys.
Totes.
That
You're
being said,
learning it. You're
your leather has a really
embracing
cool
your learning.
So
pattern in
I'm
it
just
now.
gonna
Yeah.
stretch out the studded part of leather.
Yeah.
here.
It
And
breathes.
then your AC is going to be 1 less.
What?
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I
total I
just said.
rolled a
That's
20.
I know you. I know I heard you, but
And
it hurt.
you get OCD on this shit
Makes you feel
and
any
keep
better,
your
but
blade
it's
like
so-
up to snuff,
Yeah,
and things are looking good.
and
Your blade
much-
does not corrode at all. It maintains its integrity,
Low bar.
consistency, that kind of thing. It does have that thin. I mean, your blade is almost like now green completely.
we're okay with that. We like the color.
That said, it's functional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen what like cast iron looks like when it's been sitting outside and it gets that little bit of like green on it.
hmm
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hesitate
But
to
we're
say, but do I lose the arrows that I came
Oregon
with?
slime.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
you do.
still have
But
40
you
though.
have
Do
the
you
40.
appreciate? Do I get inspiration for being honest?
Actually, a lot of you are getting inspiration at the end of the session for
Good.
for a lot of different kinds of stuff that I find
Lobby,
really
not all of
awesome
you.
and
There's
fascinating.
one.
That's 'cause we're
who's
all
really
awesome and
not-
fascinating,
not
Bill.
doing their
So,
So
I'm
we're
not
here.
getting inspiration.
Yeah.
Michaux,
I'm
you-
out.
You're inspiring us all.
Michaux,
In fact, I'm out of here. Kicking me out.
you recognize that that the party is about an hour and a half away from where the lair of this green dragon has been tracked down.
And they thought I was taking them to Valley of the Spire.
Well, the Valley of the Spire is
It's
actually
close.
not that far away from here, but this lair area, from Junebug's point of view, flying overhead, looks a lot like this.
Ooh, it's pretty. There's so many rocks to climb.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Thailand.
Where was that on the map? Are we like right by the Valley of Spires?
Yeah, you are right.
You're like me, Bill. You grab the map. You're like, damn it. Do it backwards,
There you go.
Bill.
man.
Right in this area.
World building never ends.
It's just a small part of it.
Um,
Total aside, my friend apparently painted a globe for his campaign.
It's amazing.
I was like, God damn it.
Wow,
What's
that's
he doing
great.
right
Okay, so and as you're approaching, I need you all to let me know any preparations you're taking, anything like that.
I'm
that I-
stomping angrily, loudly, being not stealthy. No.
Can anybody speak Draconic?
All right,
I
preparations.
can comprehend. That's about the best I got.
No.
Possibly fighting a green dragon.
what you
nothing.
said.
Okay, but have we encountered anything that lead us to believe that I didn't know?
No, we know we were going on a quest to fight a green dragon.
Well, I know that, but like,
And Michaux was like, "Hey, we're
We're getting close to where the lair is thought to be.
sorry.
Oh, of course I would tell you that.
I'm like
yeah.
experimenting with a lot of mushrooms, so
I am tripping balls right now.
Berg, instead of walking with the red pencil slung across their back, is like now like shouldering it like one fist, like
At the ready.
yeah.
I have my quarterstaff two-handed ready.
Got it.
And I'm being stealthy and kind of like kind of up front, but off to the side.
I am assuming, because I know none of your characters are complete and utter idiots, that you are all being stealthy unless you tell me otherwise. Like that, I'm just kind of assuming that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be great.
What
at
do
it.
you have in
Berg
your
bound
hands
up
at the
all
ready?
their
I
hands
have
with
a walloping arrow drawn at the ready.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
When we get a little bit closer, I want to see if we can like pause for a minute and do a comprehend languages ritual. But we're saying we're an hour and a half out, so I need to get a little closer.
How much closer do you get?
As in, it takes an hour. Right? The duration is an hour, so I'd like to have like a good, half an hour left at least before we get there. So
Okay.
like when we're half an hour out, maybe like do a little ritual.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sound good. That's it for me.
So that absolutely happens.
Cool beans.
And you make your way sort of you attempt to make your way and succeed to make your way through the maze of those rocks that has the forest just sort of like overgrown, like over top, and you finally get past there into an area in which you vaguely see is a rock clearing, but there's still a lot of like foliage and trees and a fair amount of brambles on the edges. There's a trickle of water coming from somewhere distant, and and Michaux, I would ask that you roll a survival check, please.
Let me get my bonus in view here. 18.
Yeah.
Nice.
So a couple of things that you spot. You spot droppings. You spot.
How big are these droppings?
So that's an interesting
Can't
question.
Yeah, like
Table? Are they the size of this table?
Like,
No,
we'd be dead.
They are
We'd
small.
be dead already.
They are the kind of shits that you would see out of, for example, a human child.
There's some who let that kid in
so
here?
specific.
I don't know. Kids take some big shits, man.
And
yeah, they can.
Is it the size of a human child? Wait, that's
so there's that. And then there's also like a fair amount of like post consumption refuse of like small bones and like refuse and just crazy. Basically what I'm trying to say is it's things that you would not expect from like a creature the size of a green dragon.
500 small.
Make up one big dragon.
I see.
Yeah.
One
I see.
horse-sized
Well-
duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
That's interesting.
So cute.
I would have expected a dragon to eat, a small deer or the pig whole. Wouldn't you?
Yes.
I haven't come across
would
many
see the
dragons.
bones.
This doesn't seem like a large creature to me.
Yeah, this looks like what I find on the street when I'm in town.
What?
As far
Your
as
civilizations are so strange.
The plumbing in Rosax is not great.
Can I get a sense-
It's real easy.
between the carcasses
Yeah.
and the droppings, can I get a sense of age? Like
Or how
recent-
many?
Recent.
Is this like this
Within a day.
a frequent kill zone? And like is
You
it
wouldn't even
shitting-
call this a kill zone.
it's like shitting where it's eating as well.
It just occurs to you like someone's just snacking and they just kind of threw the bones wherever.
Sure.
Oh.
Do we feel like this is the dragon, or do we feel like this is something
Can
different?
we make like an insight check?
Yeah.
Not even necessary. With the description that Michaux gives, this is not indicative of a dragon.
Doesn't feel like it.
There's one other
it just
clue
isn't.
that might be of use. Have the leavings been picked clean by scavengers after the fact, or have they not come?
It appears as though they've been picked clean in the moment, as in no scavenger, no noticeable scavenger. The word I'm looking for, molestation.
I think Michaux and I should go scout out the situation.
Not what I expected.
Ferg votes yes.
I think the three of you should.
Maybe the test was that we were willing to go see it.
I mean,
Maybe
first-
there's something fucked up here anyway.
First, I think Junebug should do a little reconnaissance. And if Junebug doesn't see anything, I think Michaux and I should go scout out the the situation and see what's going on.
Search pattern.
This is not how we hunt.
So let
I don't
me
know if we should send a flying bird out.
couple of things, especially to Michaux. So you know that like
Things.
this where they've sent you, this is not some weird orc test. Like the orcs absolutely believe that they have been attacked on multiple occasions by a green dragon, and they've had the death count to prove it.
Are you gonna make us
body
kill
count,
Linus?
prove it.
Because I will be so sad.
He will feel
Ashleen, I need you to understand, not necessarily be okay with, but understand that I exist to make you sad.
I know. I mean, and to be fair, like I totally sucker punched you with that one.
What?
Is that what this is all about?
Dragonkin. He's just talking about Linus.
So
No, in
This is a
fact,
different time
I say, ready yourselves.
How long do they live?
I'm always ready.
The danger
Also not ready.
is far greater because it is unknown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So-
Clearly, this is not a green.
We should find out what it
Dragon.
is.
So for our viewers who have not watched the world building series, we're referencing the one and only Dragonborn that specifically Ashleen created inside of our world
exists.
that I forever frown upon. So
Just to fuck with Bill.
yeah, just to fuck with me. So
Who hates Dragonborns?
Yeah,
Worth
which
it.
we just kind of decided that Dragonborn didn't exist in this world. Anyway,
We
so long story short is go watch the world building series. It's actually really enlightening. So, just plug my own show. That's kind of weird. So
that's what you're here.
Shameless,
fair.
Phil.
Yeah.
shameless.
Yeah,
Totally
just plug
shameless.
him.
Plug yourself all you want.
Okay, so you
dream
two are
alive.
going to scout up ahead. Did I hear that correctly?
Well, I haven't gotten all I've heard from Michelle is we don't hunt like that. I'm not getting an affirmative yet about that plan.
Are you in or are you out?
Are you in or are you out?
Oh, I must be in. I'm always
Then
all
I need
in.
both of you to make stealth checks.
Ooh, can I be in? I'm real stealthy.
well,
do you insert yourself into it? Because it's
How about
it's
this?
all- it's up to you.
20,
Yes.
better
No.
roll well. 20 plus 1.
25.
Yeah.
Was it
Wow.
20?
Fuck
You
yeah.
have to- okay, cool.
You start ahead ever so quietly.
You don't even know we're for
Farron,
I'm like-
Farron, I'm 5 feet in front of you.
Use
You, like, pop
materialize.
up.
I step out of the grass. yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, turning around
Maybe
to
I
say
can
that.
teach you a thing or two.
What'd you
Yeah.
get?
Oh.
I would never
Wait,
say that. I would
except-
never say that to an orc.
Well, I rolled an 18 on the die,
Uh-huh.
but I'm actually at this point rolling as a puma.
Okay.
Yes.
You gotta have like advantage on
Companion.
stealth as a
Also,
puma or
Berg is
something.
just like
Also, I don't know anything about the Puma stats.
Baron ran away.
Ride you.
There's a giant cat.
Actually, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Wow,
I'm
that
gonna,
would be
I'm
fun.
gonna
You're
say
like
that
Elfie,
you.
so
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
right.
that just for cinematic sake, you transform into a puma outside of their range of vision,
that's
Please
right.
do,
Oh,
because
definitely.
otherwise Ferg would get real upset. Real
and
fast.
and then suddenly like you're moving really silent, and you're like. Hey,
Exactly.
Are you
Like
still?
that,
And then you
apparently.
see this very like
That cat
quiet
would be
cat next
But
to
I
you.
know, I
You
know,
just know
I know.
exactly.
And then I ride the puma. And I look like an anime character with like just like
Do you just
this
climb on your
big
friends all the time?
smile.
So
We're just so
what
stealthy.
I would like is I would like one of you. You get to decide who to make a perception check, and you will be rolling at advantage because it's both of you, and you're going to be like
Perception is high.
I'll roll one die and you roll the other.
I mean, yeah. Let's just say that, and then you take the highest.
But
Sure.
but we should take my
Panthers, which
Perception.
is sort of
Are you
Puma
sure?
You're like addition.
have advantage
Yeah.
on smell related advantage
Oh.
checks.
Well, I have a +5.
You roll for sight, I'll roll for smell.
Okay,
we do
so
that?
what that will mean is that you're just rolling normal. You're rolling at advantage.
+4 for you
Okay.
as a panther. Using panther stats.
What you got?
7.
You're so
Plus
excited.
5.
I mean, you're,
Also, your stealth
I'm
is
too
+6.
excited.
It's-
I'm too excited.
it's the purr rumbling through your
I
thighs.
just feel it.
Yeah.
Oh well,
I feel it
I
in my
rolled-
wingtips, but you didn't hear that.
To be fair,
story.
thigh rumbles always distract me. They always do.
If they don't,
Yeah.
I mean, then you're just dead. Like, at that point, you're just like
We don't
flatline.
talk about us being dead inside.
Okay, what'd you get?
Double 15, so that's a
Escape
19
reality.
Okay.
total.
So
For smell.
you don't see anything through the foliage. The foliage is really so the foliage is really what is blocking your eyesight. But what you smell is something reptilian, and you also pick up that there are several of them, and you also pick up a slight chittering and sort of a moving about, like movement ahead, and that's what you pick up.
Can I speak in wild shape?
Nope.
I was gonna say that when you transform, but then
That
it
was
was really
really
cool, so then I didn't
intelligent.
want to.
I have very high perception now, and I can feel just like the purring.
But through
can
the
feel-
thigh rumbles, you are able to. No, I'm kidding.
The tautness in you, like your whole body,
Communicate
all of
to
a
his
sudden is like.
thighs. You got this.
Does Ferg notice anything just standing there like?
No. I mean, you're far enough back. They're far enough ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just waiting for them to kind of come back from their reconnaissance mission.
That is a certain amount of information,
Noted.
which I'm not saying in character.
No, but I feel a lot. I don't know exactly what you're. I don't know exactly what you're.
But you make an animal handle.
Hey, Bill, does June,
Animal
June
handling.
Bug see anything as she's been doing her search pattern?
So roll at.
Can you
normal,
handle this
because
animal?
the,
That's a
the
really
trees
good
are
question.
Yeah.
blocking
'Cause I'll be
it.
like,
not side-based.
Boom.
Gotcha.
I'll be like,
Just double
Can I
checking.
make
you know, like a pointer does.
an animal handling check
For what?
for like how well we're like Lincoln?
I'm gonna
Like,
communicate
perceiving.
through animal movement, like typical stuff, like
Yeah.
set, boom.
Yeah.
Well, because
Like
also
feeling-
like
Sure.
Like I'm
cat's
focusing
gonna
on
hackle.
multiple things. Perhaps she'll pick it up. He'll pick it up.
15.
What did Junebug get?
Average, like 11.
Okay. Yeah, Junebug's not picking up too much, and then you're
A lot of
you're.
trees.
I would say that you're like fairly in tune with the panther,
Yeah,
The puma.
the puma.
Yeah,
Thank
So you know, like
Puma.
general direction of things.
the
Yes,
puma.
the puma and the paladin.
Paladin. Yeah.
Go off
According
into
to
the-
David
no.
Attenborough.
Oh my god, this
it
just
is
got
puma.
so Voltron-esque. Sorry.
Yes.
So what are you two doing right now?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling. Wait, you're feeling that we're like
Well-
we're right upon
Yeah, there's
this situation.
there's the
Yes?
tense and the crouch
Right.
and the focus on
So
one point.
I know where I know
Then
where
another.
it is.
Then another.
You know where it is, right? Like you know, like
yeah.
right.
Then how-
so we
how
know.
strong that scent
so
is.
let us return and relay this information.
and the back crouch, of course. Yeah. So
Okay. So we stealthily return to our
Yeah,
friends.
you
Yes.
backtrack a bit,
Right.
and you get back to the rest. And you say,
however,
oh,
you
and-
have to do the talking at this point.
yeah.
So-
so Farron returns with a puma
Yeah.
in a puma. I apologize. In tow.
Yes.
Between
Um, I'll say, this is our friend Michaux. Everybody,
Oh.
we are very, very close. We are close to danger. We've
Fine,
we've
fine, it's
identified
petting behind
exactly
your ear.
where.
She knows cats really well.
So like,
Junebug's
I
off the cat.
essentially.
Oh, make a stealth check on your way back, please. Both you two.
Mm.
8.
Do I get advantage on that?
No, you get a +6 though.
Oh, hey, so 15. I can live with that.
But I'm riding the puma.
You didn't say that at the.
Well, I've been riding the puma.
Puma.
I never got off.
He did say he
Puma.
rode the puma, and then I was like, "Do you just get on
You
all
even
your
said
friends?"
that he showed up riding the
Yeah.
Oh,
puma.
really? I didn't. I actually didn't
True,
hear
true.
that part.
That was the
That's
whole
like-
thigh
You said you
rumbling?
showed up riding
Yeah,
the
that's
puma.
why my
That's
thigh
literally what you just
rumbling.
said.
No. I said with a puma in tow. I did not say riding puma, but
And then I thought that
I
was
still
weird because
read
I
it
was
in
like,
my
when
head
did
as
I get
puma.
off the puma?
I didn't hear that part. So I digress. So let's go back. And
Okay.
The thigh rumble. The thigh rumble.
I'll pick up your stealth check and run with it. So you come back. Everything
Good snort.
seems to be in order. You communicate what you communicate.
Yes.
What are you all doing now?
Cheap as
I would also like a beer.
Yeah, totally.
Thank
want
you.
a bottle or
I can IPA, like one of the ones in the door.
Are we in grass, like tall
Ren-
grass, or am I just imagining that?
Ren, what are we doing? Like, where?
Are we in
Where
tall
are the
grass, or am I
things?
imagining that?
No, you're in a dense foresty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like ferns and stuff. I don't know what that is. Let's do that.
Okay, and where we know this creature to be,
I'm getting low.
is it
Damn.
is it higher elevation, lower elevation? Like, are we?
It's exactly on
Oh,
your
I like
on
that
your
level.
elevation.
It's
Yes.
on the red.
So
If your sort of natural sense of the area
Yeah.
serves, these whatever these were
Mhm.
were right in front of one of those big outcroppings of rock.
okay, we're in front
have
of the
to
big
test.
outcroppings of rock.
One more time.
We're in front of the outcropping of rock.
They were in front of it. Yes.
Okay. So I would suggest
Berg's feeling a little antsy. And
I would suggest that we take a wide stance and we climb up the rock.
we can circle them.
To look down upon.
Can we get advantage on attacks for high ground?
That's. I mean, I
You
just
can,
Right,
but this,
Obi-Wan.
but this rock is not like the kind of rock that you can climb it easily, but it's so jagged, like
get
the
purchase?
picture. Yeah, you can't traverse it very well. It's not one where you can just go. I mean, unless you, of course, for whatever reason, had wings, but that's just weird.
Who has wings? No one has
Who
wings
has
here.
wings?
What a dirty
Nobody.
Berg's like, why are you? No, we just go in front and like slaughter them.
I would kind of like that plan. Let's just go for it.
Okay, so I propose that I lead, and everybody else fans out.
Like a V shape
V shape.
or like a U, like around. Are we going V like behind you?
I think V, like behind me, and I'm gonna try to wallop this beast
Mighty Ducks, yo. Let's
and
do
lay
this.
it prone, and then everybody fans out.
But I thought you heard
Alright.
multiple of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, good luck.
So now I need all of you to roll stealth checks.
Can I also ride the puma?
Only one person can ride the puma.
Can I roll again? Because I just didn't
It was
like
cocked. We call it
Are you
cocked.
riding
It's
the
at a weird
puma?
angle.
Yeah, I'm
Then
ready.
you're not. Then you're not.
Yeah,
rolling.
the Puma's rolling.
Who was riding who? That's what they'll write.
Yeah,
Okay, give me a
18 all
moment.
told.
So just to
sneezes.
warn you, we're going to.
Damn it, Kelly.
We're gonna take a I say a break, but not a break. We're gonna shut down the computer and restart it, just so that we're on a different
Cool,
sort of like.
I'm gonna pee real fast.
Yeah, do that. But
But don't leave because you don't want to take a huge break.
yeah, we're not taking a huge break.
I mean, I'm gonna leave.
They might have puma traits too on
No,
I looked up
Yeah.
Puma.
Yeah.
5e considers
What
it
did
a
you get your
panther,
total
which
on?
is a Puma.
No, sir.
Flat 20.
Although
Which is a
panther is in the Puma family, as is a mountain lion or.
I was thinking bobcats and mountain lions are more pumas when I kind of
jaguars as well.
Bobcats and pumas are very fucking different.
I didn't say bobcat.
Ferg,
Except
what'd you get on your stealth?
Puma.
Ferg sneezed.
Are we recording it?
Meaning,
God damn it, Ferg.
Ferg,
give me a number.
Stealth.
you gonna Kelly this?
+4 to hit on bite.
4.
Kelly, this. Okay.
That's good.
+4 to
Puma.
hit on claw.
Sorry, your view.
Michaux the Puma. What'd you get?
You got 18, didn't you?
For stealth 18. Yes.
I got a 26. No, sorry, 25. Math.
I'm
No,
not going to
23.
combat as a Puma though.
Success.
I got a 19 plus 4. Math is hard.
So
I could pounce though. That's
the sneeze
Wait, where'd it go?
was covered up by
Special
the
actions.
puma could kind of sense that you went and then and
Here's a tail in my face.
no the puma
Like a
actually
hanky.
Daniel, you just thought it best to okay, there's going to be a sneeze happening, so I'm just going to roar, and so all of a sudden, and then there's this like sort of quiet, and then nothing. That must have worked. It was just that sort of natural surrounding
noise.
that jungle noise.
Point of biology.
I'm ready.
Pumas and panthers in the lake tend to cough first, which is still loud and scary and would definitely cover up a sneeze before they snarl.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say, because there's the intelligence behind Michaux, it's not necessarily the regular biology that you would expect. And then you get through the clearing,
a real one,
and you see something kind of, I know, like disappointing. And that is that there are about 7 of these very awkward, puny creatures that look like a combination of a bipedal dragon if they sort of had really weird, fucked up sex with a dog. Fisher's current. I mean, this is yeah.
That's my fetish.
And right now you feel as though they do not know that you're coming. By the way, so they're all hovering around a cave entrance that, again, is made of that sort of like weird sort of basalt, jagged rock, and all you see is darkness within the cave, and they're kind of hanging outside the cave, and they are gathering up what appears to be a certain amount of meat from various kills that they perhaps have made recently. They do not know that you're there. Are you guys going for it?
That was the plan.
Okay, so then we're rolling initiative.
Right now.
Boom.
big money.
So, oh my God, you guys are, wow. I have a 3. I have a 3.
I have a
4.
I got a 16.
Nice. Puma.
You're going in.
Puma steed.
You're coming with me.
Okay. You have a 16?
Yeah.
How do you...
AUX. Or however.
Kath?
I have a 4.
What's your dex?
What's mine? Did you get a 4 too?
I also got a 4.
Do you not have a plus on your initiative?
I got a 5. Never mind.
There you go.
Psych.
My dex is definitely higher than
You know what the
yours, but-
official rules on ties on initiative are that I never realized is that if, so for example, if allies tie, they get to choose who goes first.
Oh.
I didn't realize that.
Interesting.
nice.
I did not either.
Yeah, I've
But
always
if it's
been
like between the...
yeah,
then
I've always
it's dex.
done like old school of like who's got the higher dex, bonus, and then if it's tied with that, it's like okay, is your dex score higher? And you just do it on that, but whatever.
Is it the we see?
I'm totally like running off of just listening to you guys do this earlier. Bill, what was yours?
It is the lowest that anyone has.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's 3.
Billiam.
Billiam.
Billions and billions.
8 for a time.
Damn.
No.
And Baron.
Yo, Ren.
What you got?
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
your
I got
initiative?
8.
8 is great.
Who do you want to go before time or after time?
Okay.
Which
I was
one of you wants
busy
to go
following
first?
Afropunk.
Didn't you guys both get 8?
Samesies.
Which one of you guys wants to go first?
Well,
always let time go
I'm
last.
riding a Puma steed that's gonna go.
Well, you going second makes sense
Or
then,
like
I
of the
think.
two of
Okay.
us.
Do you want to?
No. You go first.
Okay.
No, trust me. I
So,
don't.
Michaux, Ren time.
Okay, Michaux is first. Go for it.
Time doesn't really need to operate at anyone
Pounce.
else's time.
What is your
Got it.
What is your movement?
50. 50.
50.
Yep.
Okay, you
Yeah.
definitely, without a doubt, 100% can get there and attack. Like
Alright.
absolutely.
If a panther moves at least 20 feet straight forward, a creature right before hitting it with a claw attack, the target must succeed on a DC 12 saving throw or be knocked prone.
This is going to be great. So go ahead and yeah.
Swiftly to the attack. Oh my god.
What did you get?
6.
Do you have any inspiration?
Yes.
Do you want to? So this is because you're riding the puma. This is a good opportunity to impart that. And how would you impart that if you do?
You don't
For the
have
record,
to. Totally
hold
your
on,
own.
time out. Before this happens, Bill, make a DC 12 strength saving throw. This happens before hitting it with a claw attack. He's pouncing it before hitting it with a claw attack, so it might be prone, which gives him advantage.
Wait, really?
Yep.
That's what it says.
I misread that.
Can you read it?
If a panther moves at least 20 feet straight towards a creature right before hitting it with a claw attack,
Oh wow, that's very.
the target
specific.
must succeed on a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Oh, crazy.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's like blowing my fucking mind. Strength check, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that's.
But it
not-
says right before hitting it.
Right before.
right before hitting it.
Right, if it moves 20 feet right before hitting it, then
Yeah,
it
so
gets...
before hitting it with a claw attack. So right before hitting it with a claw attack.
So
it's
before he
happening.
rolls.
This is happening.
Right.
Right, I'm just taking the wording to
Like
mean
he's
that...
moving forward and planning on claw attacking it, so you're tackling it ready to go, and then before
Right.
this
Which
happens,
is
the
what a
prone
cat
happens.
would do.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15.
Succeeds.
I don't think we have anything to fight with it. So yeah.
Okay.
So then you missed, unless there's a thing that happens.
That's fine
Still cool though.
with me.
So
Yeah.
what, like, to help me, like, what would be happening with a 6 so that I can like fuck with that?
Missing it.
Oh, okay. So
Like, give me a visual to.
I'm going to give you a visual. So what would happen if we kept the roll right now is the puma, as quiet as it is,
Mhm.
when it comes up to like a pounce,
No, I rolled a 2.
it definitely makes noise. And so the creatures
Don't
just
do it.
just go on, it's fight or flight. They go in reaction mode. And the puma basically kind of jumps towards them and they just hit the ground.
Actually,
Mhm.
was the puma unseen? What was your stealth? If the puma's
No.
unseen.
No, I get that.
Okay.
I get that. But this is the description of, so stealth is stealth, but
I have a
instinct
long
is
way to
instinct,
run, I
right?
suppose.
And so that's what I'm describing is that these creatures hit the ground just out of instinct, and that's why the puma missed. That's what would be happening. So how do you want to alter that in any way with your
The
inspiration?
puma hit the ground loudly?
Alright,
Like,
you
what's
might-
the...
No. The creatures
Oh,
are
okay.
hitting the
Scene,
ground,
right?
thereby
True. I might have
having
had,
the
like,
puma sail over them.
a lot of ground to cover before
I
the actual
see.
attack.
Yeah.
And
So
crashing through the underbrush as I
Huh.
got there.
what you got?
That makes
I'm
sense.
going to
Anything?
say
That makes a lot of
I mean,
negated.
you can say no. You don't want to expend the inspiration. That's fine.
We do
I
have
mean,
a-
I don't
we do a
really have
surprise
any
round.
inspiring
Oh, true. Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
We do have a
about-
surprise round. You don't have to be like super inspired about
Okay.
it. Like,
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Cool.
the drop
So
on them.
the puma sails
It's
over
intimidating.
top and hits the ground. Now, what I need from you
Yeah.
is I need a dexterity acrobatics check to hold on to the puma. You don't have a saddle. It's
No
a
man.
it's a rough ride.
13?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say that you hold on to the puma,
Mhm.
but I mean, like the fact that you have to like actually use two hands to fire your weapon,
Mhm.
you're nervous.
Yeah.
The nervousness exists.
hmm
Okay. After Michaux, unless you say otherwise, do you have anything else?
That's all I got for a surprise round.
Got it. Ren. Boom. We're to you.
Oh, you're to me already?
Yes.
Good.
Okay,
deal.
so are we like now beyond them?
Yeah, you're just past them, and they're scattered all over
Okay.
the entrance of the
Parthian
cave,
shot.
spanning a distance of like 20 feet. Most of them, some of them are clumped together. Some of them are clumped together in other areas. And basically, like from and I'm just going to say they're kobolds, right? So from kobold to kobold, they're about 20 feet sprawled out. 7 of them.
Okay.
And you're essentially kind of right in the middle. Next, the puma is next to 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That essentially dropped to the ground for their life. I mean, as we all would.
Next
That's
to
just
2 of
cray
them.
cray.
Next to 2 of them.
Well, the panther's right next to two of them. I would say because you're on the back. What's the size of the panther or the
Medium.
puma? Sorry.
It's medium. It's like human size, but on four.
Okay, yeah.
With a
So
long
you
tail.
guys are both then next to them.
Okay.
So if you were to fire at
Yeah.
the ones next to you, you'd be at disadvantage.
Yes. So can I
You can fire
can I like
any of them.
pull out my quarterstaff?
One more time. What?
If she fires on any of them, the rules are if you've got anybody that's threatening you, you can't shoot at anything.
Even in a surprise round.
I'm actually going to
Let's try
kind of
them,
bend
maybe.
the rules.
If they're prone, maybe.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to bend the rules, and I'm going to say that that in this particular case, because you guys have the surprise round, and they haven't gone yet. That's the key part.
Okay.
That
makes sense.
you do not have disadvantage.
It's happening like
right now.
simultaneously.
Normally
as
you
the
would.
level in.
Now you do
How
not.
about using my bow?
Yeah, you're
Correct. Because they're surprised
shock.
and they're in shock and they're freaking out.
That makes
Okay.
a lot of sense.
Right.
Well, okay. I feel like I would. I feel like I would grab my quarterstaff and use it to hit two of them.
Okay. I mean,
The two right next to us.
sure. So it's going to amount to you dropping your bow. Free action, drop your bow. Environmental action, pull out the quarterstaff and then attack with the quarterstaff. Or you can just use your bow. It's totally up to you. But I'm just
Sorry, I'm a
telling
little distracted.
I'm telling you the mechanics of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Pick your poison.
Okay. I mean, I guess I.
I don't always open a beer with a
Do
scimitar.
I have to?
But when I do, it's
I
totally
guess I have a
awesome.
walloping arrow. Damn it.
You have a walloping arrow, but think about it this way: you can easily transfer it to your mouth,
Yeah.
and then take out a normal arrow, no problem.
Okay, I'm gonna do that,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna fire at the one closest to us.
Yeah, you just point blank,
Yep.
boom. Yep. Fire away.
Okay.
But
Do
what did they say when they're chittering?
Oh,
Comprehend
why?
languages, baby.
They said. Oh my god.
You get into the closet saying weird shit.
So, maybe our viewers can't hear Fisher, so I'm just going to say, like, we have one of the most amazing technicians that is working in the back room that's monitoring everything, and occasionally we can hear Fisher through the wall, and maybe you can't, but it provides an enormous amount of laughter, and we really appreciate it.
Well, it's like this ethereal peanut gallery.
Yeah, it's this ethereal peanut gallery. It's
He
great.
also messages us on a group
hit with a
message.
12.
It's pretty
Yeah. And you very much hit a 12.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So
Go
what does it say,
randomly.
Time? It says
Not in the face.
it says the equivalent of what the fuck? And then the other one says if it doesn't eat, it will eat us. Those are the two things that it says. So
I had a feeling there's something bigger going on here.
Literally.
Yeah.
7.
7 points of damage.
Eat it.
Arrow through the head, it drops dead.
Yay!
And I'm a master at the rhymes. It's just what I do. Feyren is done. Time.
Time yells, Feyren, regroup, retreat for now. And Time goes on dodge and then moves further back in the brush.
You move further back in the brush.
Like away from them.
Okay.
Like you'll regroup.
Anything else you do aside from that?
I guess it's more like there's something bigger happening here. I guess it's my turn, so I can say there's something bigger happening here. They're feeding something. I think that is our true target. Regroup.
After Time is
You'll have to listen to
Ferg.
me, that's fine. I don't care. You do whatever you want to do.
I always listen to you.
How far is Ferg from the entrance?
From the entrance, you're about 45 feet. However, from the nearest kobold, you're about 25 feet.
So we're gonna take Time's advice in completely the wrong direction.
Nice.
What the what does that mean?
That means he's well,
Time says something's in the cave.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's in the cave.
there's a bigger thing I can kill.
Yeah. Okay.
what's your movement rate?
30,
Unless you
Okay.
dash.
unless we dash.
I don't know if you want to do that, right?
So we're gonna move.
You can see the kobolds just panicking, losing their fucking minds.
Yeah, we're gonna move 15 feet so that we're like centered in the mouth of the cave, but still like a good 10 feet from any of the kobolds.
Okay.
And we're gonna hurl a fucking javelin right into the cave and poke the bear.
Oh my god, this is a really bad idea.
No, you get the shit out of the cave
Oh
so we
my
know what we're
God.
dealing with.
So here's
Come on, Grandma.
so your attack's going to be at disadvantage, but I would definitely sure like you to roll that.
Oh.
If you hit this thing, I'm gonna buy you a drink later.
Hold on a second. This is worth it. Ferg rolls a 20 on this.
Oh my god.
Yes!
I love you.
Barbarian crits.
God. So Ferg. So
Boom, portent.
Ferg
Boom.
just through Time's portent divination ability, just rolled a nat 20. That's amazing. Please roll crit damage.
I know what's in the
How do you kill it?
Wait.
How do
No.
you kill it?
Hold on a second.
No, there's an orphanage in there.
He's about to whip out whatever's in the cave, aren't you?
No,
not
it's
good.
the critical hit effects.
Oh,
We not
interesting.
running this yet?
No, we
Oh, no.
we have not.
Really?
Oh, we definitely got a drink for a crit hit, right?
I mean, I guess.
Oh.
Yes.
Chug.
Pinkies.
Cheers,
We're not the crit hit
'cause-
fits, thank you.
What do you mean pinkies? It's always pinkies.
Pinky's up?
Pinkies up.
I noticed there were non-pinkies in the room. Sorry.
Can't. I mean, one mine's broken, but it's the
Okay,
other
okay.
one.
It's still
This
so
one is so
fancy.
damaged it can't do anything except like live there.
So
I still love it.
I want real quick. You can use the critical hit effects in table in two ways. You can roll on the table below in addition to the normal effects of a critical hit, or you can roll on the table below and use the effect you roll instead of the normal effects of the critical hit. If you are doing the former, consider only having players and legendary creatures roll for critical hit effects to speed up play and not to have single lucky attacks from random goblins, blah, blah, blah. So I'm personally voting that it's like full tilt boogie and it's like double damage plus this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Why would we disagree with that? Like,
Yeah.
It's old.
Remember when I played
Well,
a
I second
wild
this.
magic sorcerer?
But also keep
The
in,
reason
but
is-
also keep in
Get
mind
out of
that,
here.
that the addendum that I'm making when it says
You could be
when it
victimized by
says,
that
Yeah.
as well.
That's true. Oh, that is so true.
Hey,
He's right.
Hey, hold on a second. It says if you are
But that's
doing the former,
awesome,
consider
right?
only having players and legendary
You haven't
creatures.
lived until you
So
die.
the addendum that I'm making is that legendary creatures
Hard.
or big bad guys.
Yeah.
So big bad guys don't often have legendary actions, and I'm saying that they would roll in this chart as well.
Yeah,
So that
no,
kind of gives them like a little legendary action
Yeah.
if they crit.
I'm totally down for that.
Legendary crits. Oh my god.
So
You asked for it.
roll your damage.
That's when you take like half
All
damage.
right,
like,
Pandora. That's why I can fuck with it with these, so it's brutal.
It's 2 dice and only 1 bonus, right?
2 dice and only 1 bonus.
Yeah.
Shucks.
Oh yeah.
12.
What do you roll?
Not bad.
Is your wait? Is your your spear? Okay, yeah, not the red pencil.
It's a javelin,
Or a javelin,
and
there you go.
I
And it's on
didn't
fire.
range.
Right?
Wait, no.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. I just saw it in my head. It's on fire.
It might be
I mean,
I mean, Ferg is on
might see
fire
that.
just because they're hot,
Yeah.
but
flaming.
so let's focus here. So so you did 12 points of damage. Now roll a percentile die.
Yeah.
Oh.
I some
I
percentile
know.
that Fisher
I can,
licked
I can,
earlier.
I
if
can
you want.
literally feel Connor getting harder into the table. It's like really fucked up and awesome.
I think it's
No,
all of us.
no percentile dysfunction here.
Oh,
33.
I like 1/3
33
ish. Repeating.
oh my god, this is so fun. I forgot about this.
Yeah, me too. We haven't rolled a crit yet. Funny.
Um,
Instant kill. of you. Sorry.
Right.
Subject
Bird
turns
drops
into a dragon.
dead. Sorry.
Well, unfortunately, because it's the darkness of the cave, whatever happens, you don't see.
Oh.
But I promise you,
Rock.
something did in fact happen.
Shit.
You like accidentally stuck it to
Can
the
I
wall
smell
or
it?
something?
Can you smell it? No. No. There's a lot of noise happening with the kobolds making a bunch of noise, so unfortunately, you don't hear the
That's
the
hilarious.
verbal exclamation that whatever is in the cave makes.
Do I hear it?
No.
Good heavens.
Will we
Why,
find?
why would you hear it?
Won't comprehend languages and
Can't hear over the
bypass
No, no, no.
perception?
It's like a volume level thing. It's not a language thing. Okay. So, but fucking awesome. Nice work.
Dudes.
And
I got you.
and
Got you, boo.
that's very interesting. So, just okay. Bear poked. Keth.
Keth is
regret
going
nothing.
to try to.
Oh! I'm sorry. I apologize. Just one more thing. There is a massive dragon roar that emanates from the cave. Now it's your turn.
Oh, it's a dragon.
So there is actually a dragon.
Yeah, that's what we came here to kill.
Okay.
That's why I want to
Can we
see
talk
it so
about
we
this?
can
Well,
kill it.
then-
Green.
Keth
done.
is going
Lazy
to.
ass dragon, like making these kobolds work for it. And...
Keth is going to move. I have
Delegate.
40 feet of movement. I'm going to move up to stealthily
Today.
move, like avoid the kobolds up to the. Or I don't want to like try to fight them. I'm just gonna move up to the cave mouth if I can.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily want whatever's in the cave to know that I'm there. If there's a way that I can do that.
Here's the thing. So the kobolds are they're scattered, but they're in a tight enough. Or wait a minute. Hold on a second. They're in a surprise round. You can absolutely do this. What the fuck am I saying? Yes, totally. You go through.
That's
them.
what I was kind of thinking.
They're actually close enough to make attacks of opportunity,
Nobody
but ultimately
expects the
they
orders.
cannot because they are
I'm just
surprised.
like bobbing, weaving,
You're
doing
bobbing
some
and weaving.
spins, like
Yeah,
I
it's
got
all
my
you.
football skills on
Totally,
lock.
totally.
Anyway, I get to the mouth of the cave and I want to kind of do one of those like look in, try not to be seen things before I decide what to do with the rest of my turn. If I see anything.
Look in, trying not to be seen. So
Readying.
first off, make a stealth check.
You're fine.
22.
That's a
Damn.
good stealth check.
I am proficient
Okay.
for a big boy.
Well, who's a big boy?
Stealthy.
You said 22.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have dark vision 60 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. You definitely see
I was
a
unprepared.
very large
Oh, fuck.
green dragon.
Oh shit!
You can tell it's a green dragon because it has that very distinctive, like almost like oh my god, aqua like fin that sort of exists on its head.
Dorsal fin.
Yeah, dorsal fin. Thank you. But I mean, it occurs to you like on that dragon, it occurs just like this wicked fucking mohawk, and it is. What is it doing? It's looking down on the ground like this.
Happened.
And it seems to be talking to itself. And
Did it
But
common,
the-
draconic, or orcish? I mean, gnomish,
Is it?
not draconic.
I was like,
wait,
Rob.
is it? What did you say?
Is it common, orcish, or gnomish?
No.
Like, can I understand it?
Neither of those things,
Okay.
right? And you know, it looks like it's in a state of weird sort of panic.
Okay.
Ouchie, 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 ouchie.
I am going to kind of like.
By the way, this thing is like the size of like. Well, I mean, actually, the closest thing that you can relate to it, just because it's happened so recently, is the size of Romulg in their new form. You know,
So
that
big
massive
grizzly bear,
yeah,
massive, but kind of small for a dragon.
But then wait, no, not. I mean,
Well, Ken hasn't seen any
but
dragons.
the wings make it look a lot larger.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
also, but it also has its wings sort of tucked in a little bit. It's like I said, it's kind of like it looks like it's kind of panicking, and you can tell because its wings are just kind of going everywhere.
right, but it did just get a javelin thrown at it.
Indeed, it's actually sticking out of its body.
Okay, I am going to flatten my back against the wall of the outside of the cave entrance.
Yep.
So kind of just weight off
left.
to the side.
Yep.
Right. I'm going to give a hand signal to Ferg that's it's huge kind of thing, and then I'm gonna drop my staff and pull out my short sword and ready in action for if it comes out to slash it.
There will be no radiant action because you had to go slower because of your stealth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise you can flatten yourself up against the thing.
Can I go on dodge?
No.
Okay.
Again, it's you kind of had to use more of your movement than you thought. And now it is the kobolds.
Who are not doing anything.
Surprise. We're not doing anything. They're sort of freaking out. They're kind of looking back in the cave, back to you, back in the cave. Their attention split. Michaux, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
As Panther. Puma.
Puma.
Peeuma.
Puma.
Puma.
Oh my god! Suddenly it's like Norse. What's going on?
Okay, so I dip a shoulder in order to indicate that I want the rider to dismount.
Get off.
Rider dismounts.
And I'm going to wait for that to happen.
Okay, I'm just going to say that because of your general dexterity,
and my animal handling abilities,
you easily do that. Yeah.
You're waiting.
If it was anybody else, I'd probably make them roll a roll, but you're good.
Should I still go ahead or?
Yeah, you should still go ahead. Yeah.
So as a bonus action, I become Michaux again.
Okay.
No more Puma.
For now.
It'd be funny if you just did that with Faye instead of going in.
Can I give you one of these?
I have.
We're
I'm busy.
Okay, sorry. It's not about me. It's about you.
Yes, and
It was it's a sidebar action.
That was good. That was really good.
I'm going to.
I think so. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, go for it.
Sorry.
I'm going to cast a spell. And move to cover alongside the mouth of the cave, wherever that may be. Perhaps.
Are you going opposite to where Keth is, or are you going the same side?
Opposite.
Okay, and then my second question is, what spell are you casting?
I'm going to whip up a storm. Call some lightning.
Got it. Yeah.
So this round is not using it; it's just bringing it. Right?
Actually, I don't think that's true.
I think for Call Lightning, I think it activates that turn.
Yeah.
Does it really?
I do believe so.
Let me double check, but
Since you
every time I used it, it activated that.
when you cast a spell, choose a point. Ball lightning flashes down from the cloud at that point. Each creature within 5 feet must make a dex save. Yeah. So yeah.
That quick.
And then on each of your turns after this, until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down the lightning in this way again.
You got 2 kobolds that are in a 5-foot space. The rest of them are kind of scattered to the point where you would only hit one.
I don't even know if they're a threat, man.
Well, you can't hit the thing in the cave right now, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, okay, I take that back. You just killed one.
Yeah.
So actually, every lightning strike would just take out, for example, one potentially.
So it's within 5 feet of that point. So it's like a 10-foot diameter. You said they're all carrying meat next to each other.
No, they were throwing meat, but they were scattered about.
Okay.
Remember that they're panicking. They're scattered around everywhere.
I might as well. I mean, do they really belong here?
In the Kashar?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's arguable whether or not this dragon even belongs here. That said, this is not a regular occurrence of having kobolds in an area. It's not a normal thing.
I feel I must drive them out then.
Fair.
Yeah.
Let nature drive them out.
Boom.
Yeah, that's the druidic thing to do.
Dex.
If there were no clouds in the sky, there are now.
Okay. So strikes down, and the kobold has to make what, a dex save?
Dex save
Yes.
for half, otherwise still 3d10.
I rolled an
3d10.
11,
Ooh,
which I believe is fail.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is.
Guessing a 3d10 can murder this thing though, unless he rolls.
Oh, talking about 22 points of
Oh
damage.
my god.
How do you destroy this creature?
I mean,
Toasty.
the sand and soil and rock just kind of like
Yeah.
erupts upward, and the kobold does in various parts as well.
And it becomes one with nature.
That is my goal.
Dust to
I
dust.
like
Gave it back to the
that.
mycelium.
You just avengered it.
I gave it back to the mycelium.
You just adventured it. I mean, apt with Endgame coming up. Okay.
Tonight.
After Michaux is Ren. What you got? Michaux runs off to the side on the. So you have Keth on one side of the mouth of the cave and Michaux on the other, and you're sort of right in the middle,
Thinking of you.
still 5 feet away from that kobold that's like right up in your face. But
5 feet away, huh?
yeah,
Are you playing on Saturday?
feel free to move away to not get that disadvantage. But
Yeah. I mean, I think I back up just enough to use my longbow.
so when you
Get
back
it.
up, it will attempt to claw out at you.
Okay.
You do.
Are you hit by a 22? I believe you are.
Yeah.
So
Ain't nobody got play right now. What are you talking about?
Roll my dice under there. That's not fair.
This spell's ridiculous.
All I
Ooh,
think.
ouch.
Yeah.
Because
it really
I can do it every
digs its
round
claw
for
in
10
for 6
minutes.
points of damage.
You know,
60 rounds.
stupid.
But
That's right,
you
concentration,
are now,
but
you are now 5 feet away.
Your action.
Mm-hmm.
I use that
So-
action. Yeah.
Are you hit with a 6?
Plus,
Oh, it's
Don't even
9.
have to roll to hit, man.
Maybe.
That's
quarter
what's
staff.
really
A
sick.
total of 9? No, bow.
A total of 9.
no, but 6 plus 7.
6 plus. Oh, plus 7. Yeah.
13.
Yeah. So the arrow hits him. Roll damage.
Okay. Yeah. That's better. Where's an 8? There's an 8.
I like how we're like, let's not fuck with the minions, and they're like,
6.
It's that meme. That meme tainted me that Christine
6.
shared earlier.
6 points.
Yeah.
The
How do you
glasses
Yes.
how do you take care of this kobold? It is
How
lifeless.
you hit, I pet it.
How do
I
it's
feed
already
it.
lifeless?
Oh, you killed it dead.
Hard.
Well, it's already taken care of then.
Boom.
But I mean, like any particular description you
Oh,
like
as
How'd
to
you
far
make
as-
it that way?
the death blow. I always the death blow
I
description
mean,
is
it
generally
like wrenches out at me, and I'm just like,
No, thank you.
I'm like, like I kind of like was like, this is gonna be easy, and then I was like, fuck,
yeah.
you know, and then I'm just like it's like a foot from its face. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
Point
Like-
blank.
Point blank.
and I just wrenched my arrow back because I'm not gonna waste an arrow on that.
Okay, so you've
Are you still writing?
Nope.
No.
Got off.
so you've moved back 5 feet. You fired an arrow. That means you have 25 feet more of movement.
I
What would you like to do with that
would
movement?
like to move towards Keth.
Okay, so you move on that side of the mouth of
Yeah.
the cave towards Keth.
To see what
easy-
we're working with.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
And now it is Time's turn.
It is time.
God, it's time for time. Well, I guess we're not doing this thing. So time steps up.
No, we are doing this thing.
Yeah, we are doing this.
Well, thankfully you have distance.
Yeah. Can I still see what's going on from here?
Of course.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna choose one of those kobolds and hit it with a firebolt.
Yes, you are.
Cause screw that thing.
Yeah.
Dragon placenta. Just calling it like it is. Hit it.
You do hit it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That being said, though, how many hit points these must
We will see.
Does it have 2 hit points?
It is still alive. It gets clipped on the shoulder.
Pew, pew.
Point.
Coming through the brush, though, time is pretty far away. She stays where she is and keeps distance from whatever the F is happening right now.
Right. So I need you, Connor, if you would please, to add. I need you to add dragon in at 5.
Damn, that's between us. I'm at 4.
Ooh.
Well, what's your dex, I guess? What's
I'm
the-
at 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's your dex?
+1.
What's your dex score?
13.
And who else is a 5?
I'm at 4.
Okay, so then it's going to be Berg and then the dragon.
Berg dragon.
Berg dragon.
Man, that ready to action would have been nice. It's good though.
So,
Dragon.
and so that was Time's turn. Are you moving at all?
Nope, I said I'm staying right.
Okie doke. After Time is
Time to get your D-rag on.
Ferg. T-rag.
Nice
D-rag.
story.
I'm
sorry, it was hilarious.
Worth it.
Yeah, so it's Ferg's turn. Draco.
Drag.
Oh my god, fuck off.
That's what his name means.
Okay.
Green dragon.
How close is the nearest kobold?
Well, let's see. Where you?
Because
10 feet.
a
10
bunch
feet.
have been killed.
10 feet.
But cool. Run up to it. Bonus action rage. Red pencil reckless attack.
Rip it in half.
I'm scared. I mean, I really am. Like I'm.
Ferg is already done with this.
Murder.
Are you hit with
Yes.
a 18?
Yes. We've hit with
Rage.
straight
So
12s
glad.
before,
Yeah.
so.
It just,
I am in the mouth of the cave to watch this.
yeah, you're like, whoa.
I'm like, Ferg.
And you're like, how is Ferg just like...
I
doing
maintained
this
the
all
integrity
the
of my
time?
blade just for this moment.
How do you feel about
dead.
a 16?
How do you feel about killing it?
Obliterating it.
It's kobold paste.
It's
like,
kobold paste.
Like, we literally took the weight on the end of the red pencil and we're like, you're paste for eating later.
Yep.
It'll flavor
absolutely.
stew
You
really
You just
well.
kill the dragon.
No, that was a kobold.
Oh,
We haven't. No one's going in the cave.
I was
Yeah.
really excited
There,
about that.
there to keep track. There are 3 kobolds left.
One's injured.
3 kobolds left. One injured. One is injured with 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
So I moved 10 feet.
Bam.
So whatever movement I have left to be in the middle of the cave entrance, but 20 feet back. Does that work?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, I was half listening. I apologize.
So in the middle of the cave entrance,
Yeah.
but I want to be 20 feet back.
middle of cave entrance, 20 feet back.
Do I have enough
Yes,
movement for that? Cool.
Absolutely done. Yeah.
That's where we is.
Okay. The dragon. So a very large, very intimidating, and
Very large, but still technically large.
actually, yeah. So
At
technically,
large,
by the
okay.
rules, large,
Okay.
not huge, not colossal, blah blah blah.
Still terrifying.
Yeah, it's a large dragon,
Bad.
and it comes out of the cave. It flashes its wings big, but then brings it in, and then its left wing does something weird that you can't describe. It's a little janky, and it's a little janky and like asymmetrical.
Giggles.
But it says, a bunch of words
What does it say?
in 1 second. It says a bunch of words in Draconic to all of the remaining kobolds, and it sounds very intimidating. And but what the words that it says, time, is this is interrupting my meal? and it says, "You're useless." And then it turns to the people on, I think it would be, let's see, you're on one wall, right?
Yes.
You and you are on the other wall.
I don't
correct?
think Farron could have made it all the way up to me because I have more movement, but
Like, bring it in.
yeah.
No, because Farron would have already been there because of the panther.
You were,
Yeah,
you didn't
exactly.
attack,
Because you've
you
had two
stealth.
turns.
Exactly. Well, and the panther
stealth
moved
up.
up like really far
No,
originally.
technically.
Okay.
So
They
I
did it.
did until I went boom.
so it's going
They
to
did. They
turn
stealth.
its head, and it's going to breathe a cloud of chlorine gas towards your direction. And I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Come on, con saves.
Yes.
Oh.
20.
Okay.
13.
13. So you both succeed, and I'm gonna say that it's mostly like holding your breath and trying to keep your eyes closed as much as possible. But unfortunately, just the way chlorine gas is, like, it does affect you. And so that is going to be, you both are going to take 10 points of poison damage as your skin starts to boil and bubble and actually like rise in like weird boils. Your skin is not happy with you, and that's what it does.
Oh.
Keth's turn.
Fuck shit. Get it.
Okay.
Kill it.
This thing just breathed gas on me and Farron.
It did.
And I'm guessing Farron looks a little worse than I do right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of step between myself and between Dragon and Farron, and slash up at an awkward wing with my sword.
Yes, you are. Roll it.
Roll.
Are you hit with an 18?
I am hit with an 18. Yeah.
You never know with the dragon.
You smash into the wing with your moonlit sword.
Is it nighttime? Is it glowing?
It's not, but it's still a
would be
moonlit
really cool.
sword.
Oh.
So that is 7 damage.
7 damage.
Elstra.
And then I'm going to bonus action, take my left hand that's not holding my sword, and I'm going to aim an unarmed strike right for the wing joint.
Yes.
So you absolutely can do that,
Yes.
but striking the wing, there was something a bit off about it. And so I'm allowing you to, instead of the next strike, you can make a perception check. Would you like to do that?
If I use my key point to double bonus action, can I punch it and make a perception check?
You cannot.
Damn it.
Good try.
I'm really not good at perceiving things, so I'm like, should I just punch it and let you guys figure out whatever's up? Or
I mean, you already saw that it was a little awkward, so I figured you were trying to like completely
So-
disable it.
So
I
can
was trying to disable it.
Can I just say that your senses as they are right now is, wait, is that no, it couldn't be. Like, you convince yourself that nothing is wrong, unless of course you make your perception check if you take that, but you don't have to. Feel free to attack if you want to attack. I get that there's strengths and weaknesses, and you got to play off those. That's fine.
I'm just honestly, I'm gonna go off my passive perception and be like, I don't know if I would pick up on it. I'm gonna punch it for its wing joint.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And are you hit with a 12?
I am not. No. You it actually you do hit it, and it just seems like it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna keep pretty much between myself and the dragon. I'm not gonna move out of its. I'm not gonna like.
Okay,
disengage
so
or
it was
anything.
like it was action, and then bonus action. You hit with the other attack.
Mm-hmm.
Move up. Okay, cool.
And then kind of like standing there with my sword, being like,
Totally.
me.
Totally. So after Keth is the kobolds.
Keth is always ready to die.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good day for that.
let's see. I'm trying to imagine where everyone's at.
That's why we have 3 tribes left.
That's why we literally had to kill our chiefs.
One kobold runs up to you and basically just throws themselves at you
Until I
in the heat of
stuff it
battle.
with my shield.
Shield bash.
Are you hit by a 22?
Oh, yeah.
Crit.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Evenly.
oh my god, it's what's funny is this is the exact same attack roll and the exact same damage roll that I rolled against you. So you take 6 points of damage as the claw digs into you. And it was like when the claws came in, when the claws went into your flesh, it wasn't nearly as damaging as when it wrenched out. The other 2 kobolds head towards you, Ferg, and
Come at me, squishy bitches.
and it seems as though while they're acting in concert, that they're much better at their tactics. So one attacks, hitting you with a 17 now.
Yep.
And then the other hits you again. So
But you have damage.
so 3 points of damage for the first one,
Okay.
1,
and 5 points of damage for the second one.
2.
So.
And they totally think that they've got you.
Yeah.
Cute.
They are just
They are fucked.
full-on confident that you are absolutely boobard.
See, we drew blood.
So-
Like, now you've angered
Yeah.
You got blood on my book.
It's a scratch.
And now we're back to Michaux.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 points of damage.
Well, that was-
kobold is like overconfident to be sure.
That was enough to disrupt my spell.
Did you roll your con?
Yeah, did you roll your Constitution saving throw?
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's what that was.
You did. Yeah.
Bombs.
So the lightning, the clouds go away and depart.
Yeah.
So thank you for remembering.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Professional.
So
Totally. Actually,
This guy?
Thank you, Shangela.
Daniel runs games. He knows what it's all about.
So I'm gonna grab shield with both hands and just slam it down.
The shield?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Roll
my
an attack roll.
I mean, I'm just pissed.
Yeah, I bet.
All mad. We're all mad.
Oh yeah.
Mad.
So go ahead and roll 1d4 plus your strength bonus.
2 hands. I'm gonna say it's versatile.
Still 1d4.
Really?
Yep. Shields were just not meant to be weapons.
Oh, you're a master.
Yeah, totally.
4.
Oh, come on.
But that's great.
I'm still gonna deliver 5 points of damage.
And you still bludgeon it in the head, and the head just splits open
That's right.
and falls to the ground,
That's right.
Brain matter
and then
everywhere.
done. Yeah, kobold done.
And
Do you move at all?
maybe just 5 feet back in order to get like in a defensive position behind that shield,
Right.
but I'm not backing off.
That won't back down.
That's right.
Okay.
I've gone this whole campaign without having that happen.
Just stand your
Tell
ground,
everyone
it's
how
fine.
much I hate Tom Petty.
All right. Well, it's what I live to please. So
However, as a bonus action,
Yeah.
I could go and bring into existence a flame blade.
okay, so you flame blade that.
Fisher approves.
Yeah, got it. After Michaux is Ren. What's going on with the Ren dog?
Ren is like burning.
Fuck dragon.
Eyes are real red.
Fuck yeah, they are, and not in the good way.
He's pissed.
You know what we're talking about.
And
The reason I got between us is to tactically give you space to move away from it without an advantage attack was my thought. Just so you know.
that's cool. It's like Ren
Since you're out.
is just he was alarmed when the dragon first exited the gate, kind of in awe, but now he's kind of in this like
Danger.
angry, uncomfortable, necessitative, focused rage, and just moves slightly around you where he can get a good shot and grabs that walloping arrow. And are you hit with an 18?
I am hit with an 18.
Oh, good.
Oh,
So-
and I
oh
have
boy.
to
You're,
make a strength saving throw.
I don't know. You have the stats on these walloping arrows.
Accurate.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't know about it,
I believe you said it was an automatic prone. No, I'm just making
it's not
Auto kill.
Auto, yeah.
I took bad notes
I
on the
remember
walloping arrow,
distinctly
sorry.
hearing that was the
No,
It grows
there
a
was
whomping
nothing.
willow and auto
He
kills.
said
Yeah.
he said there are things, and we'll get to that later,
Oh, yeah.
about the stats.
Yeah. Oh, it's a DC 10.
You put new ink in this.
And let's see. And I fail. I got a 9.
Oh,
Good. So you are prone, and you take 7 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
7 points.
Dude, for
That was a
prone on your feet.
walloping arrow
That's really
used.
I mean, there are 2 kobolds on me, but yeah, we're going for the dragon.
Yeah, my big mama's right there.
Yeah.
Big mama.
Um,
Big mama.
Yeah, so the dragon, like, the arrow hit it, and it was as if, like, a juggernaut just punched it down on the ground, and it just sort of, like, flips up on its 2 hind legs and then falls on the back of its wings. Which, just anatomically is just completely surprising. And I'm gonna... Oh, God, it's just such a weird position for a dragon to be in that I'm actually gonna, like, break the rules and allow everybody a perception check real quick.
Like, how is
I
it on
thought
its
you were
back
gonna
like
let
that?
us all punch it once.
Yes! Everybody kick it while it's
Does
down.
Passive perception of 14 get me?
No,
Or-
perception. Just perception.
25.
18.
Good, I did way better. 18. Oh,
Nice. We're perceiving in sync right over here.
22.
Oh,
Christ.
damn.
sorry,
No, I've
21.
shielded my eyes as well.
Still.
Oh, you should.
Bad roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, I understand.
I see.
Um,
I'm
okay.
bloodlusting
So
right now.
everybody but
Looking at your shiny
Michaux,
sword.
when the dragon comes up and it comes down, the movement is just a little too, like... Do you remember Legolas in the 3rd movie when he does that weird horse move and, like, his elbow, like, does... It's
know
like
what you're talking about.
it's like that, where it's like, wait, this is way too, like, hyper real.
You did this on purpose.
And you are all, except for Michaux, you are all convinced that this is some kind of a half real, half illusion.
Ooh, so can we dispel it?
Yeah, how?
Well,
I don't
that I'm going to leave that to, you all. But
We gotta
but-
break the trinket.
But ultimately, you
investigation.
look at your wounds. Your skin is like in boils. It's very. There's something about this that is if it is an illusion, it's that kind of very
I need to use
intensely
this
powerful
first.
illusion that can break through reality and actually do real damage, real cause and effect kind of stuff. So, so anyway, you guys all very much see through that in the moment, but the dragon is still there. It's just not operating as if reality was its guiding force.
My man!
Oh my god! Fucking Rick and Morty. My man!
My man!
Whose turn are we on?
I think it's time now.
That was
Ren
the
just
end of
went.
Ren. Unless
Ren just
has
went.
something else.
Yeah. So you hit it with that.
Did you
arrow.
wanna move or
That's
anything?
that's what triggered it all
Which
for
was
people.
sweet.
Whoa,
That
that
Ryan,
was.
do you want to
that was not
Schrodinger's
a
dragon.
little bit?
Good one, Fisher.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Like,
I don't know how
Schrodinger's
close I
dragon.
am, but I'm gonna back away the rest of my movement. Probably.
Time. What do you got?
yeah, move like 20
You're a
feet.
witness.
How?
Yeah.
Okay, so these kobolds are all like
Gotcha.
pretty like tightly packed. Like we got like 2 on you and 2 on you.
Not me.
Who had the other 2 on them?
There's 2 on me.
And there's one. Michaux killed the other one. So there's 2 left.
There's 2 left total.
Who left total?
Awesome. Fuck them. So then time kind of like What's that?
Fuck the
You
dragon.
fuck the dragon.
What's happening?
Hey, we don't
right
need
now?
barking
I'm
on
just
our
so
money.
proud that you guys are just willing to fuck
Getting them
anything.
off you.
It's just really great.
I mean, please. Hopefully this doesn't backfire too hard. We'll see how this goes.
Wait
gonna have
until
a
you have an
lynching dragon
abomination
babies.
pregnancy.
Okay, what's time
Oh
doing?
my god.
Hold on now.
I like how we both
So
went there.
time
Different directions.
pulls out a little bit of sand and kind of like blows it into the air. And sleep descends upon
The sands of time.
those that are around the kobold,
Wait,
possibly you. We'll see how this goes.
that are around the kobold?
Well, I mean, like I'm focusing this on. It's a 20-foot radius.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm trying to just capture the kobold as much as possible.
Right.
Right. Potentially overlap on some other people. We'll see how that goes.
So,
you're on it.
How does the spell work again?
I roll 5d8. Lowest hit points creatures first, and if it hits them, like if there's enough. So like if there's
Right. I got you now.
That whole thing. You got
Totally,
it?
yeah.
Look at all those dice.
Wow, I rolled low. So this might be great for kobolds and not for you. Or great for you and not for kobolds.
Yeah.
12 hit points total out of 5d8.
I just gotta say that was like the perfect number.
Because they're both like 6 hit points.
So,
Bam! I was really worried about
both the
overrolling.
kobolds go from like murder in their eyes to, and their eyes roll up into their head, and they just hit the ground in heaps.
Yeah.
And
They 100% like see another timeline where they're just like
and
sleeping.
you gotta
happily.
admit, if you weren't raging, you'd probably think that their snoring was actually kind of cute.
Oh no, Fergus totally like, oh, that's cute. I'll take care of you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, the
you're like
kobolds
kittens
are.
that I'm gonna murder.
That was perfect. I'm glad that was like a dialed-in sleep
Yeah.
spell. I'm actually really happy because I could have rolled 40 and I would have knocked you out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have sucked. So many dicks that would have sucked.
Fine.
So okay,
Dick sucking next might be cool. You know.
in this case,
Not
it's
my-
context. It's all about context. So
Don't even know.
after time, and any specifics on movement before we go forward?
I am very happy where I am, away from the thing that found out the foliage.
And it's
But I can
Ferg's
still
turn.
shoot shit at the tunnel.
So
I'm happy.
suddenly, like the two little shits that are up in your face suddenly just fall to their snoring doom.
Yeah.
Are you taking them out, or are you moving on?
Oh no, we're moving on. We trust our friends.
Okay.
We've definitely earned it at this point.
We'll take his pillow to the sleeping kittens.
Oh my god.
Yes, you will.
Oh,
Oh,
You're cute, and now I'm gonna smother you.
I don't know if Kath will be okay with that. We can address that later.
We'll put him in a giant
Bert-
Ziploc bag and put him in the freezer.
Berg is super fine with
They'll
this,
just
jar with a
slowly
little bit
go to
of
sleep in
alcohol.
the cold.
and has a friend that will taxidermy them later.
Yes.
Oh my god.
wow.
Y'all just got fucked up.
I mean, y'all meaning me, but continue.
Ferg.
Taxidermy the kobold.
So dragon prone weirdness dragon is 20 feet in front of us.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just real.
It's real. Don't be
Running,
fooled.
leap, reckless
You
attack.
don't need to be reckless. It's prone. Sorry, you already get it.
Oh, that
It's
fuck!
reckless
Even
force.
better.
Yeah.
Running, leap, prone attack on this dragon.
Magic dragon.
Yeah. It's like a samurai.
Yeah.
It's like
That one's cocked. Reroll that one in case it's a 20. But
Yeah, it was like
15's good.
that.
No, so you hit it. Proper.
you very much hit it.
Yeah, so hit with a 20.
Roll that D.
Oh, so sad. 9 points of damage.
That's still really good.
9
Shucks.
points.
What's your damage right now? Plus
So
three with
you
raging?
you cut into
plus
its
5.
thick hide, but Ferg, I want you to imagine right before
Yeah, 3
you
for a
cut
second.
into the dragon hide, you see a flash of the dragon as if it's not there. Like it sort of becomes translucent in effect, and you see a small winged kobold in the middle of the body of this gigantic dragon, holding out a staff like this. and it was just for a flash, just a like a snap of a finger. That was it.
3 kobolds in a trench coat. I'm a dragon.
We see that and we scream, aim for center of mass with a fireball.
Okay, yeah.
So, something akin to a larger area effect.
Okay, so it's the dragon's turn. So it flops up on all fours, and let's see. So you're right in front of it. You're right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
You backed off. How many
20
feet?
20 feet.
20 feet. Okay, and
I'm way the fuck away.
you're way the fuck out of there. Where are you?
I'm close, but not like engaged.
And you're like on the other side of the cave mouth, correct? Still,
I
Or
might
did you-
be like right behind it, really close.
But yeah, it's on the other side of where they are.
Okay, got
Probably.
it.
Like you're probably within reach of the dragon, but
So,
it's not focusing on
If
you.
like
The unfortunate,
I could get there, and
the
attack so
unfortunate
quick.
part of
Or I could, like, do the
of
same
a lot of you that are in front right now is that I rolled a 6, which means that it's
Damn you!
yeah, that it's
Stupid
breath weapon,
breath weapon.
recharged. So I need Ferg, I need Keth, and unfortunately, I need you, Feyren, to make Constitution saving throws. You are still in range. It's a 30-foot cone, and so.
Is it like an
So that-
automatic damage thing?
So
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Is it like automatically 10 damage or 20 damage?
Ish, yeah.
can I argue that Farron is not? Because Farron moved 30 or moved 20 sideways,
That's what I thought of it.
and the cone is coming
Away
at
side.
us.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the sideways part.
Well, she did say like around me and back, like so that she wasn't directly behind me, so she could get a good clean shot. Because I'm like a tall.
And I said sideways. Because I was like, you should get like further away.
And not that it matters, because I mean it does kind of matter because it's our imaginations. But like I imagined it like lying prone, and we were on the side of the cave already, right?
Yeah.
So I like poked out, shot it, and went like this.
Oh,
So it was like I didn't even imagine you in front of the cave, in front of the dragon. You were also to the side of the dragon, like in terms of like.
Well, initially we were, and then it turned to us and breathed on us, right?
Yeah,
And then you
exactly.
shot it and moved.
And then it was
Okay.
prone,
But then I was
Got
in the
it.
center
So-
of the cave and like
and you were
fucked
center
it
of
up.
the cave. Yeah.
And so,
So
it's like
what I'll
looking
say
at
is that
me.
you got out of the way. You got enough from a distance, but both of you are still rolling.
Yes.
that
I'm okay.
Constitution
I was
saving
Seen
throw.
breath
the
weapon.
only reason I was asking
no
is because if it's going to be
arguing.
10 regardless, I'm going to go down even if I make it. Is why I was asking.
You may not. You are a half orc after all.
Oh, that's true. I got relentless endurance.
That was a weird ass roll, but we'll take that 22.
Okay,
I got 7.
7. Okay, so 10,
It just sort of like skidded.
10 points of poison damage
Do I get half on that?
You do not.
No.
No,
and 20
only
points of
physical
poison
stuff.
damage.
Yeah.
I go down, and you guys see me kind of like hit the floor for a second, and then I like spring back up, and I'm looking real fucked. But like,
you literally look like the Elephant Man.
yeah, like my skin
like-
is just like mottled and like decaying, and I'm like falling apart. But I'm up.
Berg is like, I got you. I will finish this.
And then the let's see, the
Sleeping kobolds. Continue sleeping. Oh wait, no, that was its turn.
yeah,
It's
it was this turn. So
my
I'm,
turn.
I'm deciding whether or not it's going to move.
Oh, okay.
Move away from me.
Yeah,
Please.
please.
Move away from the 2 beefy ones. We will fuck you up.
It is going to. It's going to dive out of the cave mouth and take flight.
Can we take an attack of opportunity as it tries to fly?
Goddamn right you can.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Still my short sword, just so we're...
Are you hit with the 17?
I am hit with a 17.
I hit with a 15.
I am hit with a 15. Yes. Yeah.
I got a 14 last
Well,
time,
you
I feel like, and
guys-
you said no.
Yeah, so it might be 15.
Yeah, no, so I was like not sure. I was like, what is this dragon's AC? I need a d6. 1d6.
Dragon, probably.
11 points of damage.
11.
4 points of damage.
That's something.
Okay, so...
sorry, 3 points of damage. I mathed bad.
Wait, what did you get?
3 points of damage.
As opposed to 4?
Yeah.
Got it. So you both strike it as it takes flight overhead, kind of scraping along its belly.
Yeah.
You see the exact same kind of flash that Ferg saw before, and I would say that you even see it again. That there's something causing this like really intense sort of half real, half illusion thing.
Yeah.
And it flies over your heads, and it takes flight, and it lands right next to Time.
Could come at me.
like literally right next to Time, and it's done.
I'm fine with this.
Keth's turn.
How far away is Time from me?
More than your movement.
Don't. I'm a monk. Give me a second and give me a space. How far away is it?
70 feet away.
All right, I'm gonna spend a key point, and I'm gonna double move, and I'm gonna get all up in its grill, and then I'm gonna hit it with my sword again.
Yeah.
So in your movement's normally 40.
Yeah, so I can move 80.
Done deal.
I was like, don't tell me what I can't do.
No, I'm not telling you what you can do. What my exact wording
I was
was
just messing with
more than your movement. Right? It's not untrue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accurate.
You just used a key point.
Yeah.
That is the key.
Oh,
He punned me. He
got a
punned me to death.
I got a 15 again.
My
so I
dragon
think that
dies
hits.
via pun.
It's dead.
No, I'm kidding.
And that time it is 4 damage.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 damage. Got it.
Relentless.
And my Step of the Wind is a bonus action, so I can...
Yes, it is. So you got 1 attack.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
I got 1 attack.
Yeah, cool.
And I basically, I was trying to insert myself. I don't care if I die at this point. Like,
Oh,
I think that my friends are like,
Beautiful.
I think that my friends are like the key to whatever the Mycelian need from us. So I'm literally putting myself between Time and the dragon.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm just like, I'm ready. Like, I'll fall on the sword. Let's do
It's
this.
the kobold's turn.
Buying some time.
Yeah, I'm buying some time.
That's snoring. I didn't say anything in their sleep.
they're so sleepy.
That's their turn.
Has the dragon said anything in its exclamations during this process, by the way?
Actually, like, piecemeal words.
They can't. You must.
It's really, like, fractured and unintelligible.
Fair enough.
Michaux's turn. You're like, I got a
Actually,
flame blade, bitch, and you're really far away.
I have actually nothing that can reach it. So,
Not with that attitude. How far away
Can you
is it
turn
from
into
you?
something
No,
that
no.
can reach him?
Yeah,
Her.
it
that's a
takes
good
an
point.
action. I mean,
Bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
to turn into something, it takes an action.
No, not when you're a druid of the moon.
Am I?
It's
Yep.
it's a bonus.
You've already
action.
used the bonus action.
Oh,
to
I
turn
thought it
back
was
at some
of
point.
the land. Well, you can change back as a bonus.
No.
Either way.
So that's a if you're a circle of the land, you can change into kind of like minor, less like physically able creatures as an action, and then just change back with a bonus action.
Yeah.
But with the what?
Sorry.
But with the circle of the moon, it's a bonus action to transform into, and it's a bonus action to transform out of. So ultimately, it makes you more effective in combat.
That's right.
So now that you know that, what would you like to do?
Guava blonde ale, apparently. Don't try.
They're just in there.
We're like sensates that they're try this thing. Okay.
Oh, that's really gross.
We need you to choose, Daniel, but
choose wisely.
There's a comrade in front of me, horribly wounded.
Well, in front of you, meaning
What?
Within reach of me.
meaning Feyren.
I'm just
Yep.
taking a moment to consider, like, is this my test or is it their test?
Yeah.
Both.
You know what I'm saying?
So
You know what I'm saying?
Feyren is in front of you,
Yeah.
but also Feyren is now probably the furthest away from the dragon.
That's right.
What are you trying to do?
Furthest from harm.
Maybe fighter furthest away from.
So Circle of the Moon gives me some other options. Is that not right?
Of what?
Can I suggest the giant spider?
Oh yeah.
Now I am
yeah.
sufficient level to cast.
That web.
I just have to confirm one thing.
I'm ready.
That's at 6 level.
What level are you, if I can ask?
You cannot.
No, cannot.
You
Fair
cannot
enough.
ask.
You got third level spells at 5th level. Second level spells at 3rd level.
Spider.
What you got going on?
Well, no problem. The fastest thing I have is the puma, actually.
Toads.
I might
50
have-
feet. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
And if that's a bonus action, I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
I might not be able to attack, but engage.
How far away is it from you right now?
I will say, just because it's the creature that it is, if you bonus action transform and then dive off, you can attack it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
DC 12 strength save versus being prone, then, Bill.
Well, I mean that depends. Are you doing that?
Well, it's what a puma would do.
The rule of
WWPD.
I'm sorry, I believe it's canon that it's Puma.
Yuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, how dare you?
Puma.
Yuma.
So I'm strength save, right?
Absolutely.
15.
Makes it. But you did a claw attack. Get it.
Yeah.
Worth it. I don't know what that is.
I suck in this form. So, yeah.
You're
yes.
real stealthy.
Well, 12?
12 unfortunately does not hit. You
That's right.
You at the very least dive up on it and serve as a sort of distraction, and you're clawing into its form, and even though you missed, that flash still happens where you see something inside this creature that is another creature sort of almost weirdly existing inside of it. And actually, go ahead and roll a knowledge history check, of all things.
Maybe 9 or 10 or so.
9 or 10?
Yeah.
9. Okay. I'm gonna say that is not enough, and it's sort of
That's
like
a 9.
it's sort of like holding up a staff of some sort, but ultimately, like, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Still, it's just like some weird winged koboldy thing. After Michaux is Ren.
Rain, baby. Got it.
It's very far away. At the same time, you're completely in range to attack it
Yeah.
at will.
Let's wallop it again.
You're gonna wallop. You're gonna use the second wallop.
Wallop the cat.
Yeah.
You're
Wall.
gonna steal
dragon.
my steal my kill right now.
Wall. Oh yeah.
I get you.
Well,
I get
maybe.
you real hard.
Well,
Let's
it did damage at least.
let's see the. Okay, this time I made my strength save. It does not fall prone, but you may roll damage. I know.
Who's ready for that wallop
But I
that time?
used the wallop.
I mean, it's good
Wallop
though. Oh,
eight.
max though.
Oh wait,
plus-
9 to 11.
Oh.
11 points.
Yep.
Stick.
No more walloping arrows.
You know, the strange thing about this dragon is that it just consistently looks like it has taken no damage.
What?
Which for the people in the group that are less intelligent, that's cause for alarm. The people who are more intelligent feel that it's wrapped in the illusion that it's creating.
So like it is actually taking damage. It just looks like it's not taking damage.
Perhaps.
I mean, I have low intelligence. I'm asking this as a character.
I got
if
that,
that's what
yeah.
you-
Well, I totally got that.
You did hear Ferg say, like, hit it with area effects, like, hit it with fireballs.
I don't have anything like that, so I just keep smacking it.
Yeah, which is fine.
Smack it.
Hey,
Get
what are we? 7th level? I don't know. Sorry,
Parents
I don't know why I
confused.
went mafia on that, but
But upset and whatever.
Yeah,
Just gonna hit it with all
just keep
that.
shooting it.
Yeah.
after Ren is time.
Awesome.
It is time.
So this thing is face to face with time. And
Well, I got between y'all, so if you want to move away, that was kind of my.
You did not get between them. You got up to it, but it is still very much next to time for sure.
Okay.
So with a passive investigation of 16 / passive perception of 14, do I notice anything weird about this illusion?
I mean, you notice now that it's an illusion, but other than that, no, nothing really weird about it.
Like,
What
apart
would
from
you-
it is an illusion, like,
Oh, it's-
can I see through the illusion is kind of what I'm looking at.
That's a good question. I'm gonna say
Basically, I'm passing a DC 16.
now that you
investigation
asked
save.
beforehand, I will say that you have that flash before an attack occurs.
Mhm.
You do see a winged kobold in there with like a staff, with like a slightly panicked look on its face. But then it just flashes right back to this like monstrosity
Cool.
of a beast.
I look, despite like seeing what I see, like I look straight into where the face was of the kobold is,
Right.
and I just go like, "You should leave," and then slam it with a like ball of energy of lightning from my staff as I like shake chromatic orb at it.
Okay. Is Chromatic Orb a ranged attack?
It is.
So you're rolling at a disadvantage?
Yeah, no, I hit it with a 13 plus
yeah.
6 plus. So I see where it is exactly. It's kind of
Definitely.
sort of helped with that image of me, and then I just go like doubling down on that, like really terrifying it, and like I see you. Bam, and I hit it with that like ball of lightning.
Right. Cool.
You're damn right.
Yeah, right before you hit it too, it has this like
Oh shit.
it has this like
Oh my god, does it see me?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Oh, come
3, 6, 10 points of lightning damage.
how you gonna do this?
Oh my god. Yes. It just like that ball of lightning kind of just like compresses to this point of like plasma and then just slams through its chest.
Okay,
And-
so
and the
so
illusion
it
phase.
slams through the dragon chest, right?
Yes.
And then
Fuck yeah.
what actually happens is that this small little kobold holding a staff
Cute.
blasts sort of away about 10 feet
Gives him a staff.
and a winged kobold and slams on its back. Probably like the wind knocked out of it, but ultimately it is it's moving still, but it's moving in that sense that like it's like a biker that like a bicyclist that just got into like a bike wreck via a car, you know, like it's still moving.
That's terrible.
I
So
mean
Portland.
I exist
Too many
to
trying to
do
be reliable.
these
Too
things.
close.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I've been one of them. And so it's just just like on the ground writhing, but you know just from the sheer impact, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
And
you're
that
welcome.
staff is sort of like next to it. It's no longer holding it. And I feel like we're out of initiative. So I'm gonna go around the table this way. What are you doing?
Taking the sleeping ones out.
The second the dragon falls, Keth is just kind of gonna like sit down hard on the ground and like lay back and be like, I need to catch my breath, guys. That was some fucked up shit. Or, you know, something that's not swearing because Keth doesn't swear.
Yeah, and I'm even gonna say that the words that come out of your mouth is not that. It's more like
Yeah, I'm real bad.
yeah, really fucking bad. What are you doing?
Okay,
You-
Kath needs it bad. I'm gonna cast a Cure Light Wounds on Kath,
Can't do that in animal form, sadly.
but I can bonus out.
What do you mean?
We're not in initiatives, so you don't have to bonus
Well, I
action.
mean, I can unanimal. So
Oh, got
fast.
it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. So you
I mean, once the illusion disappears, I have to fall to my all fours. But in the midst, like things gone, I notice pretty quick.
yeah.
Come down as Michaux once again,
First level, second level.
just the first level.
Yeah.
Because actually, my real focus is on, and that's what four hit points back. My real focus is on it's on Kath. Then I'm gonna move to confiscate the staff. If not this round,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing that first. Just, I'm like, ooh, shiny.
I'll roll you for it.
You're here.
Oh, no, it's totally fine. It's like so you cast the spell, you move to sort of like at the very least look at the staff, get a good look at the staff. And the thing that you recognize now that you're looking at it, and there's no like flashy business of like, oh, you see it now, you don't, that kind of thing. You see it and you immediately recognize it as a Moonjaw artifact.
Whoa.
Called the Staff of Dreams. Now we're going to move to Ferg. What are you doing?
How far away are the two kobolds that were sleeping?
One
well,
for you.
yeah, I mean, like towards you, like from you, about like less than 10 feet.
We're gonna smash both their heads.
They're dead.
Cool.
Done.
It's too
Well, I
easy to do
mean,
anything about
that's
that.
like a
Yeah. I have another thing to do.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, Ty moves up to like investigate this like really interesting magic that came from this winged kobold and the staff, and just kind of like take a look at it. And
Yeah, you get there, you pick it up first, you're examining it.
Take a look.
You're. I will say that there, it's impossible not to see the look on Michaux's face when he's looking at the staff. So it's
like
clear.
Like I'm straight up just like watching your eyes, like follow this. I'm like, this is whoa. What's up with the staff? and
Totally
then
fair.
investigating the staff.
Right.
Like,
What's Farron doing?
Farron kind of just tucks into the closest tree roots,
Yeah.
examines himself,
Like, she
and
holds it
applies
very
salve, and just kind of like does all he can do within
Okay.
just like taking stock of his bod.
I'm going to say that you recovered 2 hit points of damage. And, yeah, so now it's kind of a free-for-all. Like, what's everyone doing? You said you had another thing to do, so what was that?
So we're gonna pull out our last little bit of Devil's Fingers and run to Kath and run to Farron and just like shove it in their mouths. Like, I'm really sorry.
chew this. It's gross.
You're not sure that the Devil's Fingers will be effective for these wounds. The poison is not. It's not known to heal from poison very well.
Don't
We
waste
wanna-
it.
I will say to you, Time,
All right, then we're gonna finish off the kobold.
My people
just because nobody ever actually killed it.
failed
don't kill it.
to
Don't.
protect that staff.
We should ask him what he was doing.
In
Okay.
spite of its
Still
power and
So what I'll
importance.
say is that you go to finish it off, and Keth stops you, like whoa,
Let's you can
May
kill
you
him.
guard
Let's
it
just
well.
figure out what's happening.
Boot on its throat then.
boot on its throat.
All right.
Got it. And
I will,
what,
uh,
what are you
learn
saying?
secrets. Thank you.
What are you saying to?
Yes,
Time?
it has many.
He was asking what you're saying about that. So you might have something counter to say.
You might.
Yeah, what did you say?
I tell Time that this staff is very powerful, as you have witnessed. It holds many secrets. However, my people failed to protect it. And may she guard it well.
Okay.
And I said, like, I'll learn its secrets and take care of it. But you need it back, let me.
We may.
And
Boom, cast. Take a ritual if we got some time. I don't know.
so which one is it? I'm sorry.
If we have time to kind of like collect ourselves, she's gonna.
Well,
Start doing a
you
ritual.
get to be the arbiter of whether or not you have time.
I'm gonna absolutely like. She's just like everybody is kind of like cleaning up the scene and like looking around for investigating, and she's like, "This is a mystery," and just sits down and starts doing the ritual and sitting with it.
Can I go in the cave?
Yes, absolutely. So time you sit with the staff.
11 minutes.
It's a big
and
bad wizard
you
killer.
begin
that's
to
okay,
begin to
Kath.
focus your thoughts.
Oh, I'm not a Moonjaw.
You know, your
You're a
thoughts go
Moonjaw.
in a lot of random
But it
directions, and
is-
it's probably even more
Of
difficult
course,
to
we're
like
different
really
tribes,
focus.
but we are one people.
It's important to really focus your
But I'm at a loss. I could not use this.
view on the
I
staff.
could not wield it.
But
believe
unfortunately,
time.
that
I believe time can.
that focus gets interrupted as you hear distantly the
And it will aid our
exclamation of
cause.
Keth. And I'm not exactly sure what Keth's exclamations sound like, but in our
Is it? Well, ask me what is my emotion, and I'll tell you what my exclamation is.
fear, pure unadulterated fear.
You guys hear Keth kind of go like, "By the light of Kashar!" Like with like this is like really scared, like obviously like freaked out.
Yeah, and
Berg
and,
runs that
and-
direction.
Berg runs that direction, but then stops short as the vision that you had of the green dragon that was like solidly behind that illusion, suddenly the real deal comes strolling out of the cave, and it says,
What happened to me?
it says in the common language. Matter of fact, it's very rough and very grainy, but it says, and it looks over to you, and you're holding the staff.
I remember that. You.
And it's strolling towards you,
Uh-huh.
and it looks so aggressive to the point where even though you took your hands off the staff, it doesn't look like it's even stopping in stride.
Mhm.
What would you all like to do?
I mean, I call out quickly, and you know, and I say like with that like, oh venerable green one, we do not, we mean you no harm. We dispatched those.
You have the staff that took over my person, and now I will tear apart yours.
We tore apart those that held this staff and reclaimed it just now.
You can make a persuasion check.
Can he make it? Can she make it an advantage since there's like bodies of kobold all around us?
And the wing kobold is
And the
like,
wing kobold is like
Literally right next to me. I did not.
That is a
know that.
very awesome point. Using the environment around you, I completely say yes to that.
awesome.
Yeah,
Persuasion.
persuasion.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
'Cause
me-
it's fun.
18.
Yeah.
Boom. That's not bad. Thank you so much for that advantage.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, we're like clearly there was a battle. Like we're not
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah. No, you're not lying.
I'm
Actually,
sitting in
and,
Viscera,
and
so-
so the dragon stops and it looks at you,
And I literally go,
and it exhales, and a little bit of that chlorine gas escapes its nose to the point where the moisture on the ends of its nostrils begins to bubble in a poisonous fume.
Ew.
And
It's not bubbles.
so checked out.
and it looks at you and says,
I remember now. I don't often think you kinds of folk. And I won't start now.
and it just goes right back in its cave.
Am I still in the cave?
It moves past you, and as a matter of fact, if you're in its way, and you're probably frozen in fear because, quite frankly, these dragons have like fear saves associated with it. It just takes you and moves you outside the cave, and then goes in again.
Pushes you with its back claw.
Yeah,
I'm imagining like a little bit of a rock that just like
Yeah.
rolls in front of the cave. Like,
Mm.
do not disturb.
Yeah.
yeah.
The flap goes down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you know, and in my mind, there's definitely no rock, although that was funny,
It's figurative rock.
right? But it goes in its cave, and it's sort of like, without saying it, it's like, let's forget that this ever happened.
All right.
Was
well,
it
now we
bigger
should
than the
question the kobold.
illusion?
No, it was the exact same size as the
Well,
illusion.
maybe we could just like go heal up.
So maybe the staff was using the power of the dragon, like
Yeah.
enslaving it.
Hmm.
And
We still gotta
give
kill
me
it.
Take
more.
care of
I'm gonna move
later.
further away and then continue my ritual with that staff.
Yeah.
A little bit more spot.
And that's where I'll just kind of actually roll randomly. Where's my d4s? It's just I can't find them. It's just I got it.
Take it.
So Feyre, that's that right when that happens. It goes in the cave. That's when you remember a story that there were folks that were talking about this particular that there was a green dragon that was driven out of one of the areas that Fallenstein once existed over. These like dead zones right here and right there and right there. And that the green dragon actually was, because of Fallenstein, driven out of its habitat, and it actually had no choice, but it retreated into the Kashar Forest and is now effectively trapped in the Kashar Forest.
Oh yeah.
And it had no other where to go. So it went inside of the Kashar Forest and somehow, some way found itself in this position, which is very odd. Yeah. And now you find yourselves outside of a green dragon lair.
I tell this story.
Totally.
Do we think we fixed the problem? Like, should we ask him if he's gonna keep attacking orcs, or like, was that the kobolds doing that?
Would you like to reapproach it?
I want to talk to the kobold on the ground.
The one that we just got
Oh, the
murdered?
sleeping ones.
Well, we didn't
maybe?
kill it.
How do you wake it up?
We killed two. of
We
the
killed the sleeping ones.
We killed it.
We haven't killed the
You
one with.
I killed the
You
sleeping ones.
smothered
Right.
them,
I hear that.
Well,
that's
then
right.
You're talking about the winged one
No.
that
Yeah.
held the staff of
collective
dreams.
we.
Yeah.
And so, how do you wake it up? It doesn't work.
A little pinch of that PCP mushroom.
Ferg goes to the
did
winged
it?
kobold
How does that heal
and
it?
just is like, I'm solving this problem, breaks its neck, picks up a rock and goes to the dragon's cave and just stands on the very edge and just writes out the story of the battle as fast as possible. And is like, we apologize for this. Enjoy your sleep. Maybe don't eat any more orcs.
I don't feel like that's.
You don't feel like what?
I don't know, like how, like why were the kobolds attacking? What if there's more? I feel like kobolds. There's usually more than 7 kobolds.
Well, you will never know because the last one gets its neck broken by Ferg.
God damn it, Ferg!
And
Ferg is trying to solve some problems and just let the dragon sleep
I don't.
for another 1,000 years.
and Ferg actually like the written word on the side of this cave is remarkably elegant, comparatively speaking, to the weird piece of like thing that you're scrawling with. And the story is literally set in stone. So now we're going to transition from this scene to back at Kos, the Black Fang town. And so I will say that there are a great many things that we will go over in terms of you know, the aftermath and like how Kos now views you and this and that. But that's going to be done next session. And so next session is going to be a session in which we role play years inside of the Kashar Forest.
Yes.
So meaning
Welcome.
that you all aren't going anywhere for a very long time. And so what I want you to think about over this next week is what are your goals inside of like conceivably like 5 years? I'm not saying that it's definitely going to be 5
years.
I'm not going to say it's definitely 5 years. It could be more, could be less.
Baron needs like.
But ultimately,
8 to 10
in
years.
our high school
5-year
group,
plan.
we used to call these periods of time. I know they call it downtime now, but we used to call it months. You know, you're like, all right, we're on months. What do we do for months? You know, and like we role play out like months and months of like how we build our sort of like empires of like, oh, my thieves guild and like blah blah blah. Anyway, so now I would like you as players to just know on a meta sense that you have the opportunity to sink deep into like the of costs of the Black Fangs, of the orcs, that kind of thing, and you're going to be role playing out those years. And then there are also going to be things that are happening in those years that you'll be able to observe and that kind of thing. So it's a different kind of thought process, and so I want you to take the week to like think about that, and we're gonna get into that as we come back.
Sweet.
And I'm gonna do literally no prep for this. Like it's mostly gonna be driven by you, so I want you to really think about it.
For that, can I know what's up with this Staff of Dreams?
Nope.
Is Daniel coming back?
Daniel will not be coming back next week. But
Amazing as that would be.
yeah,
Oh,
but I would invite you to come back on the next day that we're actually playing a full session, which I think is probably like 3 weeks from now. But I'll keep you posted on the exact date. But yeah, that's the end of our session. It was.
Are we third level after?
We are definitely third
I'll
level.
take
Okay, I was gonna ask that because that kind of like our picking our class archetype or whatever kind of like fits into like how we play out these years. Like,
All right,
that's how we
Definitely
gain that.
third level plebs. I've been my archetype.
So
for,
here's
multiple
what I'll
levels.
say, just for story's sake. You didn't become third level right after the battle, but you became third level inside of the next year.
Yeah, I figure.
Inside of training, inside of like whatever. So keep that in mind as you kind of envision everything that's happening.
Can we just feel the success of surviving for years in the Kashar Forest?
Oh,
I mean, I've survived my whole life in there, but whatever.
I'm
Hey.
just saying.
you learn to love the Kashar Forest.
Actually, you survived half
I'm telling you.
of an
This
adult
is yours,
green
right?
dragon. Like I literally just halved its stats.
We won.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
we
I was kind of worried
did.
after that bronze dragon little like side thing we did.
So hey, thank you everyone for tuning in, watching. This was a really good session. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
I rode a
Fun
puma.
as hell.
Huma.
Bye.